Yo, it's your boy Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Orion and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy either on here or through patreon.com/NWSF. Or if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. We got Clippers, we got Celtics. Should be a decent matchup. There's only 2 NBA games on tonight. This is the matchup on TNT. So hop in the room and join your boy. If you want to watch some NBA together, we can talk NBA, NFL, college football. You want to talk about AEW. You want to talk about NBA. You want to talk about NFL, college football, the Astros cheating. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. They're going over the conference standings right now. Milwaukee Bucks 46-8 with Giannis. No surprise. Toronto in second. Boston in third. Miami a sleeper at fourth. Philly at fifth. Pacers sixth. Brooklyn at seventh. I'm ready to go. Lil Uzi, what it do? He said, dang, why when I join is there already a dislike? Because there's haters. The haters. You know how it goes. Obviously I'm doing something right if you got the haters already disliking the video, disliking the stream. What can I do, man? No matter if I'm down, and I have issues or, things aren't going my way, it's all good. It doesn't bother me one bit. Uzi, what it do? Appreciate you. Odin's Child, what it do? Michael Thomas, the best wide receiver in the fucking game, in the building. What it do? Uzi says, NBA is simple. Bucks the best team in the league. But we'll see when the Lakers and the Clippers get a little further along, into the playoff picture. But we're getting into NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm excited to kind of see where it goes. I really wanted to be able to do Harbinger of Battle, what it do, Anti, what it do. I really wanted to be able to do Saturday night and do like the 3-point contest, the skills competition, the dunk contest, which I'm planning on doing, right? And then I wanted to do the All-Star Game live stream, and I'll do a reaction to that also, right? But I'm going to NXT TakeOver Portland, right? Tony Grady. What's good, my guy? Raiders. So I'm going to be having floor seats right on the rail down the entryway on the ramp as the wrestlers go into the ring. So I got really good seats with my boy Jay Graves that we got him, pre-sale even before Vince let him know, when the tickets would be available. So we got really, really good seats. And unfortunately, it's around the same time. I think it's going to overlap. But I'll probably do a live stream maybe from my seat, for NXT TakeOver Portland. It should be amazing. It's the first time that we've had a pay-per-view here in Portland, Oregon in about 10 years. The last time we had a pay-per-view here for wrestling, it was around like 08 or 09, and I was there. So it's going to be amazing. Dame Dolla's injured. So as me as a Blazer fan, kind of a little disappointed with the groin injury. I know he's going to perform, but he's not going to be in the competition. He's not going to be in the All-Star game. I'll probably record it on my DVR. And then when NXT TakeOver is over, when I get home, I'll end up watching it, and then I'll end up doing a reaction video probably Monday morning. Or Monday afternoon with that. But I appreciate everyone that's in the building. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. We're getting closer to Friday. I apologize that we haven't put out the Super Bowl reaction video. I've just been waiting for a good time where Marcus can come and do the video with me. There was a brief period there where I was going through some personal things. Aria, what it do? Laker Nation, what it do? And so that's why you didn't see any videos up for about a week and a half. It was kind of a rough time for me with the personal stuff that was going on. But I'm better now. Things are better. Young Nola in the building. But I just wanted to make sure to let everyone know that we haven't forgot about that. Originally, what happened is I got sick with a bad flu for about a week to 2 weeks, right? Then I got better for about a week. And then I got it again, and then I was sick again for about another week to 2 weeks, started to get a little depression, started to get a little down on things, and so it was one of those things where it was really rough for me in that, 2-week period because I wanted to do the Super Bowl live stream. I wanted to do the reaction video the day after the Super Bowl. But like I said, I want to make sure if I do the reaction video and the fans will, they know that even if we do it a week late, 2 weeks late, 3 weeks late, it's going to be better for both of us to put our input in and do it together. So I'm waiting for him to be able to, come through when it's a good time for him, and we'll be able to do that. We're getting into, obviously, the combine. We're getting into where maybe these quarterbacks are going to be settling in, next season and going into the offseason. So I got a lot of things that are going to be going over, but I appreciate every single one of y'all. I'm back. I'm better than ever. I feel great. I'm not depressed. The mental things, with all the personal shit that I was going through is done. I'm good. I ended up doing an XFL hardest hits of week 1 yesterday. Then I also did the best of week 1 from Beast Mode Highlights and Highlight Heaven. Then I did an AEW wrestling live stream, and now I'm here. I'm doing the NBA live stream. I'm grinding. So you're going to have a good time, and this is a stream that's not only for NBA or college basketball. We can talk AEW. You want to talk WWE. You want to talk SmackDown, Raw, NXT TakeOver Portland. You want to talk about NBA. You want to talk about MLB. You want to talk about the Astros cheating, right? And that fake apology that I've been seeing on the internet and on Twitter with all the players saying that they are apologizing, and the owner, which is a bunch of shit. But we're here. Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions by the best on fucking YouTube, your boy Ryan, and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here or patreon.com/NWSF. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate every single one of y'all. I'm going to start from the top and just acknowledge everyone that's in the building, even though I already did. Lil Uzi, what it do? Odin's Child, what it do? You missed some of the wrestling figures I busted out yesterday. I'll have to show you those next time I end up doing another AEW live stream. Michael Thomas, the best wide receiver in the fucking game, in the building. Anti, one of my favorites. What it do? Harbinger of battle. What it do, my guy? Tony Grady, Las Vegas Raiders. What's good, my guy? Aria, Laker Nation, in the building. Young Nola, one of my favorites of all time. The best on the fucking planet. Keep grinding, my brother. I am proud of you with everything that you're doing. I know you're kind of getting things settled in with your Insta. You'll be back on it. Appreciate you. And, Harbinger says, how about them Chiefs? How about them Chiefs, man? I'm so itching to be able to do a reaction video just to kind of put in my input, of the Super Bowl. And obviously, as you guys know, I've, watched the tape probably 2 or 3 times in full already. Most people just watch the game that one time, but you know how we do it. We usually really break down the tape. I still got it on my DVR. I know a lot of people don't, either have it saved or have watched it more than once. Nice block. Get the fuck out of here. But you know what I mean? I like to break down the tape. I like to be able to watch not only, the main people, the quarterbacks, Mahomes and Jimmy G, the Garoppolo effect, right? Ooh, and one with the slam. But I like to be able to go back and watch it a second or third time through to be able to watch the offensive linemen, watch the pass rush, watch the corners, watch the safeties, watch the coaching, because you really get a gauge on what's going on in the game when you go deeper into the game to be able to see the zone coverage, to be able to see the man-to-man, to be able to see the difference in matchups. It's really important if you really want to break down the game as much as we do. And obviously, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm not a Niners fan. But as you guys know, I am a Northwest Sports Fanatic, so that's what I do. But I appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. Comment as much as you guys want in the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about. I'm open ears, open to comment about anything. And we got ourselves a pretty good matchup here tonight. Celtics, Clippers. Both teams that could be in the Eastern Conference Finals when it's said and done. I mean, there's a few other teams that, are going to be battling for position for the East, for Boston, and especially the West for the Clippers. A lot of people love the Lakers and what they're doing. The only thing that I have a concern about is their bench. I think the Clippers have the best overall talent, and they're kind of built for long-term success, but you can't deny what LeBron and AD are able to do. And if it goes 7 games, I mean, would anybody really be that surprised if the Lakers end up just edging out the Clippers? I don't think so. But I think both of those teams by far are the 2 best teams as of now, but there's a few other sleepers like the Nuggets and a few others that could steal a spot from one of those LA teams, and that's big facts if you guys watch the NBA like I do. Nice shot right there. 7-3 Clippers. Anti in the building. Jeffrey in the building. What it do? I know. I agree. Clippers are fun to watch, though. Both of these teams are fun to watch. Ooh, for 3. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay. He's feeling himself. Okay, I see you. Because for me, like, I mean, if you're a fan of the game, you know, watching Kawhi, I mean, it's one of those things you can't get enough. When LeBron and AD are on, it's great. I'm a Blazer fan, so you know I'm a Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum kind of guy. But I still appreciate the greats that are in the league and what they have to offer, and that's big facts. But, yeah, like I said, I'll start doing some XFL live streams as well as some reaction videos to the games. Oh, my boy. Thank you so much, buddy. Tony Grady dropping it down, showing love even after the NBA season has started. The NFL season has ended. And that means a whole lot to me, brother. You know, I'm still not working at a part-time or full-time job just yet. I'm still in the process of looking to be able to supplement the income. So with me, you know, having those personal issues and not recording for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, it really definitely hurt the pocketbook tremendously. And obviously with my mental, you know, you got to make sure that your mental's right. You got to make sure that you're okay up here. And if I wasn't okay up here, you know, for a little while, I needed to make sure that I was okay, and I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you. You've always been one of those loyal guys, one of those guys that donates more than the average person, always donates as much as they possibly can, and that means everything to me, and I appreciate you. I love you, brother, and it really means a lot, and I think a lot of people understand the hard work, you know, that I put in. You know what I mean? This is my baby. I'm never going to quit. There may be times where, you know, nice steal, where I might have some things going on. The guy with the broom was like, I need to get the fuck out of the way. You know, there might be times where I'm sick, or maybe, you know, there's some personal issues, and you might not see me, you know, on YouTube for a week or two, but you better believe when I am back, I'll be better than ever, and I just got to show love to my boy, Tony Grady, the first one to drop it, $20, and then look at that. When someone donates, it makes other people compelled to be, you know what, I want to show some love to Aria Bang, $4.99. She says, hey, I know it's not much, but I'll try and give you what I can because I see your grind. Hard work pays off, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I think a lot of people, you know, when I get, you know, people that like dislike the videos or dislike the live streams, you know, haters can be haters, but you can't deny the passion, the energy, the hard work, the dedication. And then look at that. Let's just be real right about now, right? How many people could have 8 people watching a live stream? 8, right? And have $25 in donations? Probably 0 on YouTube. So it shows you how great the fan base is, that even there could be anywhere from 1 person in the room to 50 people in the room, and then eventually down the road, maybe 100 people in the room. But that shows me how much you guys really do appreciate the love, and I appreciate you guys so much back. Thank you so much. It means everything, and every dollar counts. You know what I mean? Especially when you have dreams like this. You know, it's not easy to have a YouTube channel, manage it. But again, it's not for fame. It's not for money. Look at that. Bang! Another one. Harbinger of battle. Much love. $9.99. Thank you guys so much. And Tony Grady, thank you for just starting it and Mike dropping it and just showing the love right out the gates. $20. $4.99 from Aria. Harbinger of battle. $9.99. And the thing is every single dollar counts. And I don't forget about you guys. You know, this means everything to me. And like I said, the goal is not to become famous, you know, like a lot of these guys on YouTube, or just to be, you know, a flash in the pan and just have my 5 minutes of fame, right? It's not about to be rich and famous and YouTube famous. The goal is to be able to give back and help people achieve their dreams. So eventually I can get this channel to a point where not only I can get this channel to, you know, obviously to a point where we can get to 20,000 subscribers, 3 million views, which we are almost at, to 30,000 subscribers and beyond, 3 million views, 4 million views, 5 million views, but eventually to be able to open up, you know, a YouTube studio here in my hometown to give back, to be able to help other content creators' dreams come true where they just don't have somewhere to go, a positive place in my community. But I appreciate you guys very much. Savage, what to do? Showing you all the love. Tony Grady, $20 right out the gates. It's not even football season. He's showing love. Aria, $4.99. Laker Nation in the building, even though the Clippers are on right now against the Celtics. And Harbinger of battle. Chiefs all day, every day. $9.99. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. I miss football season a lot too. Don't get me wrong. But that really means, it really touches my heart. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys so much. And like I said, this channel is not only for just NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, MLB, WWE, AEW. I mean, if you really think about it, I follow so many different things very closely. And even though I might not be doing videos on like the MLB regularly, it doesn't mean I don't read about it or I'm in tune with what's going on with like the Astros and their cheating scandal and everything else. So drop me a message, anything that you guys want to talk about, whether regarding the NFL, the draft, where you think maybe some of these quarterbacks are going to go. You want to talk about what you saw on Good Morning Football or Skip and Shannon on Get Up or whatever you want to talk about. Drop something in the chat, but I appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the fucking best. And XFL is here, and the thing is, for the XFL, I am going to be doing a lot of reactions to the XFL, and I'm going to be doing a lot of live streams. I mean, as long as I'm able to do them based off the schedule, I'm going to try to do as many XFL live streams as possible. So if you want to just vibe and talk football, even though we're watching XFL and talk NFL, we can do that as well. But I'm really excited about the draft coming up and being able to do some draft analysis to be able to go over some of these, potential superstars that we're going to be getting coming into the league right out the gates, and we're not just talking about Justin Herberts and Joe Burrows and Tua Tagovailoas and Jerry Jeudy's, but it goes a lot deeper than that, and I want to make sure that we can obviously discuss that as well. But I appreciate every single one of you guys very, very much. Tony Grady in the building, $20 donation. Aria, $4.99. Harbinger of battle, $9.99. Love you guys. Every dollar counts, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. We got 15-13 Celtics to get it started right out the gates. We got Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics live. Play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. It's much appreciated. Obviously, it says I don't got any other income coming in. The love is real in this room, and it always is every time I hop online. Love every single one of you guys, and that's for real. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. And it is kind of killing me that I haven't been able to do the reaction video to the Super Bowl yet. But like I said, I want to make sure that I can do it with Marcus. Because obviously I know I can do a great job solo and do it by myself. But it'll be better for us to do it together because it is the Super Bowl. It's the last game of the NFL season, and a reaction video cannot be complete unless we do it together. So, there will be times where Marcus will be able to make it in the building. There'll be times where you'll see me do work solo. But, the show must go on. I need to make sure I put out as much content to keep the channel going. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. There was only 2 games on today for the NBA, so I figured, I was going to do maybe some kind of like NFL live stream, but I figured, I can talk NFL or NBA while we watch the game together. So I figured I'd hop on, and there's only 2 games on today, so why not? So it is what it is. Let's see here. Savage says Taysom wants to get paid, and same with Teddy, I want Breeze. The thing is I don't think Breeze is going to retire. And then I've been seeing a couple things on Twitter where you've seen these guys trolling Taysom Hill, showing all his bad throws, saying, oh, Taysom Hill, he thinks he can be an NFL quarterback, a starting NFL quarterback. Anyone can pull up a highlight package and put up a custom highlight package of everyone's bad throws. I mean, you don't even have to do that for Jameis Winston. You just have to watch a game and you can see what he can do. Obviously, since he got the corrective eye surgery, that's supposed to make him a better player. But as far as Taysom Hill is concerned, I like him a lot. I think he could be a starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. I really do. Teddy B is out, no question. Drew Brees, in my opinion, is in, right? And I think Taysom Hill will still be there as well. If Brees retires, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. I mean, like I said, I don't see why people are speculating why it could work, it couldn't work. You know, I mean, I know he's a gimmick guy, and that's going to take that part of his game away, of maybe being that RPO guy, that guy on special teams, you know, maybe for the fake punts and the fake field goals once in a while, right? But he's a guy that if you watched that playoff game, right, against the Vikings, I honestly feel if they didn't go back to Breeze and they let Taysom Hill play the rest of that game, that they would have won that game. And, you know, it's just unfortunate that Breeze fumbled right there. The offensive line got torched. As we know, Saints fans, when you watch that, the Saints O-line was horrendous. But when you got guys like Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter, 2 of the top 12 pass rushers in the NFL, and when they're rolling and you can't guard them and you don't got guys on the line that can protect, it doesn't matter if you got Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Michael Thomas, you know, Jared Cook, and all the rest. And that's sad. It shows you there's 11 guys on offense, right? You need to have those 5 guys that are protecting the QB to be solid. And if they're not solid, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And I think it really shows that. So I'm hoping that in the Saints, I mean, they may be looking for maybe a quarterback for the future, like a Jordan Love. I've been hearing rumors of, you know, maybe him with the Colts or him going to a team late in the first round. But I think that would be a wasted draft pick for the Saints. You know, I even was watching a thing for NFL Network, and I think Willie McGinnis or one of the other guys was saying Jameis Winston to the Saints. These guys are fucking crazy. There's no way Jameis Winston's going to be on the Saints. Of course, he could learn under Drew Brees and Peyton, right? But what? They're going to pay him $90 or $100 million to be a backup? That ain't going to happen. You know, so I don't know. Some of these guys, they don't really know, I feel, what they're talking about. But I feel Taysom Hill is one of those guys that could start. Obviously, there'll be a learning curve, but he did play QB in college, so it's not like this guy was like a wide receiver, and then you're transitioning him to a quarterback. But even if he was, Ryan Tannehill played wide receiver at A&M. Let's not forget. So just because you played a different position in college doesn't mean you can't transition yourself into a great NFL quarterback in this league. And that's big facts. Nobody wants Winston. No, but not even me, man, even with this corrective eye surgery, right? You need another guard. Pete is trash. Let's be real, Savage. Not sometimes, but a good chunk of the time. And that's not even me just being a hater, right? But that's just me vibing with Saints fans and talking about what we saw over the whole year and what was on tape. And there was so much potential with him coming out of college, right, that we thought that he would be a better player than he ended up really showing that what he can do. Could he bounce back and be a little bit better as the years go on? It's possible, but you definitely need help on the line, and you need somebody better. You know, if you just had better O-line play, you guys could have got to the NFC Championship game this season and could have went to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. It's just that O-line was the main reason that, you know, that journey ended early when it shouldn't have against the Vikings. And if you ended up solidifying that O-line, you know what I mean? It'll make everything fall into place. It shows you how important center, guards, left tackle, right tackle really is. It's more important than Michael Thomas. It's more important than Drew Brees. It's more important than Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara. And it sounds crazy to say that more important than the best wide receiver in the game, or Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame quarterback, or Alvin Kamara, this amazing running back, but it's the truth. Because if you can't run block and you can't pass protect, you can't do anything against some of these teams in the NFL when they get hot. The Vikings might not be a better team than the Saints, but they were better that day, right? And that sucks. And that's the part of the NFL where you don't have a 7-game series like NHL, MLB, NFL, where you can, or NBA, where you can redeem yourself after a bad performance. You know, it's one of those things. You play a bad game, guess what? Your season's fucking over. And that's the kind of the brutal part of college football and the NFL, but that's another reason why we love it, right? You can't fuck up. You fuck up, you go home, right? But then it also shows you got to look in the mirror and look at the weaknesses of your team and see how you can improve it. And you know me, I look at the tape of every single team, of every single player. I'm on it, you know what I mean? No bias, just, you know, basically looking at the full evaluation. And it's kind of surprising to me, you know, even Harbinger says, why don't teams build from the O-line out? You know what I mean? It would be more impressive for me to be able to see someone build their roster from the O-line out. If you have, and not everyone's going to have a Dallas, Cowboy offensive line where you're going to have, Frederick and a Tyron Smith, right? But if you end up having 3 Pro Bowlers on the line and 2 above average, for the other 2 spots, a good center, a good guard, and at least 1 tackle, or a good center and 2 good guards, and then above average tackles, you can really make a big splash and a big difference, in the league. And you don't have to have Hall of Fame QBs at that point or amazing wide receivers or tight ends. Of course, it helps, but if you have better, players on the line, you don't need, these players to press and to force plays, right, when you have plenty of time in run blocking and pass blocking. So we'll see as, we know this is a passing league and the game has changed. But at some point, some GM and some of these, coaches that are in the war room, they're going to have to be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'd really love to have a guy like A.J. Green or, a type of player like that. But instead of getting a guy like that, how about getting an offensive lineman that can actually do more for your team in the long run? Getting a guy that's going to be able to run block, a guy that can pull, a guy that's going to be a leader in the locker room, a guy that's going to be nasty, that's going to be able to step up and fight for your quarterback when someone puts on a dirty hit. To me, for me being a defensive guy and an offensive lineman kind of guy, those are the things you need to be able to win Super Bowls. Of course, when you got, like a guy like Patrick Mahomes, one of these like special once in a generation type of talent, then you can kind of get away with so-so offensive line play, because he's such an amazing player. But guess what? Not everyone has a Patrick Mahomes at their arsenal. I mean, we're talking about you may not see another guy like a Patrick Mahomes for a while. Yeah, you got guys like Lamar Jackson, right, that have potential, but he's not a Patrick Mahomes. You'll get a guy like Russell Wilson, who's maybe the closest thing to a Patrick Mahomes based off the ability to be able to have the weight on the shoulders as a leader, right? But even Russell Wilson needs help. He can't do it by himself. So it shows you, even if you can be a Hall of Famer like Dangerous, sometimes that's just not enough. And that's big facts. And we know that. I can't wait for football. I can't wait for the combine. I'm going to be doing a lot of analysis. I'll end up breaking down different positions. We'll all get familiar with a lot of the new talent. But watching guys like right here, a guy like Will Shields, a lot of these guys are so underrated. It's just crazy when you see these Hall of Famers and then you start looking at the names of these offensive linemen. Go back and look at the tape of like Hutchinson, from back in the day, right? From like watching him in his prime, Walter Brown, watching some of these guys that are on the line, Kevin Mawai. And it doesn't even matter what team. I mean, you can go from the Jets to the Eagles to the Vikings to the Seahawks. When you start looking at Pro Bowl Hall of Fame linemen and what they really bring to your roster and how it can really change the dynamic of a team, it's mind-blowing. It really is. You know what I mean? But like I said, it was unfortunate that the run ended, but the season's over. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things that we'll have to be honestly, real with ourselves. This isn't the last time Andy Reid's going to get a Lombardi. This isn't the last time that Mahomes is going to get a Lombardi. When it's all said and done, how many Lombardis will Mahomes get? They're not going to win every single Super Bowl that they go to, but in the next 10 years, is it really crazy to think by 10 years from now that Mahomes might have 2 or 3 more on top of the one that he already has? It's possible. You know what I mean? Especially with Brady getting older, Rivers getting older, Breeze getting older. A lot of these guys are going to be out of the league. So the AFC is going to be running through Kansas City. There's going to be a little bit of a drop-off next year because of all the free agents and the money, and that's normal, right? They're going to have to pick and choose who they want on their roster. But I don't think it's going to set them as far back as most teams after they win the Super Bowl because you got a guy like Patrick the fucking clone Mahomes. That's big facts. So a secondary, that's something that you guys need to look at that as well. Big facts. And that's most people's problems. Offensive line, savage, right? And secondary. Because why? This is a fucking passing league. So you need plenty of time for your guys, your big hosses, your hogs up front to block, for your quarterback to make his decisions, right? And we know Breeze is a fucking genius. He don't need a lot of time to process the information. right? But you got Danielle Hunter, right? And you got guys like Everson Griffin doing spin moves and doing fucking special swat moves and swim moves. Sometimes you don't have enough time. And it doesn't matter how great of a quarterback you are. If you got 1 second to make a read, sometimes that 1 second isn't enough. Sometimes you need like 3, you know? And that's why drafting and picking up these offensive linemen is more important than big name free agents at running back, wide receiver, tight end. I know Jefferson and a lot of Saints, fans have been talking about they want a wide receiver. They want a guy to complement Michael Thomas. I get it. But what's more important is getting someone on that offensive line to build for the future, me personally. There's so many players on the wide receiver. You're going to get a quality one in the second round. There's going to be, between the first and second round, probably 10 quality wide receivers in the draft, more than we normally see. But is there going to be 10 quality offensive linemen by the time we get to pick 60? Nope. You know what I mean? There's going to be a few top tier ones, and then you're going to have to settle. So you got to kind of pick and choose. But that's the everyday life of a GM, an owner, and a coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? So Anti says, do you think the Cowboys are going to keep Amari Cooper or Byron Jones? I don't think they can keep both and pay Dak. Definitely keep Amari Cooper. You can let Byron Jones walk. Amazing year 2 years ago. Not as good of a year personally for me last year. He's never going to be a guy that's going to get you a lot of interceptions, but he can cover, and he can cover pretty damn well, right? But you don't want to pay him the money where you can get someone else in the draft. But Amari Cooper is one of those talents. You can't let him go, even though there's a lot of talent at wide receiver in this draft that you can pick up, right? But if you want that chemistry to stay with Dak, right, and Cooper, they have it. They have that connection. Don't break up something that isn't broken, right? Keep it together. That's my personal opinion. Jones can go, pay Dak his money, maybe not as much as he wants, right? Get Amari Cooper signed, even though that, he may want more money than maybe he deserves. And then they'll be saying, well, we're going to pay you this X amount of dollars. If you don't like it, suck it. Because if you don't want it, we'll just go draft a wide receiver. True, but what kind of wide receiver is going to be on that Amari Cooper level? How many guys in this draft will be on that Amari Cooper level? A couple, right? But you'll probably have to trade up to be able to get that talent, that Jerry Jeudy, that Higgins, type of talent. So that's what I would do personally if I was the Cowboys. Goldstein, what to do, my guy? Haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Eagles won't get a good receiver in the draft. Well, I mean, Arcega-Whiteside wasn't too bad, kind of a sleeper pick. You know what I mean? And it wasn't really, I feel like the offense that let them down. You know what I mean? It's going to be, a different year next year. It's going to be competitive with Riverboat Ron, with the Redskins. We don't really know what the Giants are going to do, but it's going to be probably a 3-team race between Redskins, Eagles, and Cowboys, just punching each other in the mouth, week in and week out. And especially with the Redskins, it's, with Riverboat Ron and Del Rio, that's going to be the team that people are going to be sleeping on. But if they end up starting the year, let's say like 3-1, then people will be like, okay, they're not going to be fully sold on it because, yeah, it's the Redskins. It's like, like my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We need to see some consistency year in and year out before you start, really giving that respect. But with Riverboat Ron there, I think the respect is going to slowly come. And don't be surprised in the next year or 2 years. Don't be surprised if the Redskins make a wild card or win the division. I think it's possible. I mean, they still got a long ways to go, by keeping their players healthy. But it's not really with the Redskins playing bad football. Even Marcus will tell you. The injuries is really what kills them year in and year out, right? Where they actually have a chance to be decent. This year they already were tanking, so we knew what the story was. But in years past when they were decent, the injuries on the back end of the season have derailed them, and the Eagles and Cowboys have taken advantage, and that's big facts because their teams were better. They had more talent. They were better coached up to that point. But now with Riverboat Ron there, now it's a little bit more of an even playing field with the NFC East. The Giants will still be last. They'll make some splash games where Daniel Jones will play great. Saquon will be Saquon's Barkley here and there. But it'll be a 3-team race with the Eagles, the Cowboys, and then that surprising Redskin team, just depending if guys can stay healthy, the emergence of Haskins and how maybe he can play, and Riverboat Ron molding that team. Hey, Tampa Bay. Hey, I don't know about Jameis Winston. They're talking about Phillip Rivers. Not to be like negative or mean, but no thanks. I don't want Tom Brady. I don't want Phillip Rivers. I don't want Jameis Winston. I'd rather just start it over and give me a Tua. Give me a Justin Herbert. You know what I mean? Let me start over. But, I guess if they're going to go with Phillip Rivers, if that's the case, he hasn't missed a game in his career. His arm isn't what it used to be, and that's what is kind of, as far as a football fan's perspective is concerned, that's why you don't want him anymore. Your arm isn't the same as it was a couple years ago. You don't really have the arm strength to go downfield to Evans and Godwin to really punish, the other teams in the NFC South. So, I guess if you want to go there for his leadership, right, and then hoping that Arians can, mold him in that playbook and that roster, I guess. But they still need a better O-line. They need a starting stud running back, which they still haven't had since Mike Allstott and work done, right? And the defense needs to get better. Maybe getting a guy like Jadeveon Clowney, to add on to some of the other pieces, that I've had this season that started to show out. Maybe that's a possibility, but we'll see. Paul George finally back, and I love that, being able to see him healthy out there with the Clippers. 28 all. Ooh, nice board. Yeah, it's a long season, though, Anti. We know that. But I do love the Clippers' toughness. They are the toughest team in the NBA, hands down. I love what Doc has done. If you don't think Doc Rivers is nice dunk on the baseline. Love it. But if you don't think Doc Rivers is a Hall of Fame coach, based on what he did, obviously with the Celtics, with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Rondo and Paul Pierce, him with this roster really speaks a lot. They really embody what he's about, and he's going to really have this team battle-tested, as we go into the playoffs. And I think a lot of people are going to be saying Lakers, and maybe some other, people will go Denver or some of those other sleeper teams at the top. But for me, as far as I want a team that's going to play defense. I want a team that's going to have clutch players, that's going to be able to box out, rebound, do the dirty work, the grimy work, right? And they got guys like Lou Will. They got Montrezl Harrell. You got two guys that can be able to shut the game down in Paul George, and arguably the best closer in the league in Kawhi Leonard. You know what I mean? He's a top 3 closer in the league. When the game is on the line, yeah, you got LeBron James, you got Giannis, and you got a lot of these guys that can close the game out. But I think a lot of fans out there, if you had to trust one guy with the basketball in their hands at the end of the game, you would feel more comfortable in Kawhi's decision-making at the end, whether it to be take the shot or dish it off. And if he does take a shot, you feel good with his opportunity to score, right? Than maybe most NBA stars. And he's proven, obviously, not only, in his early part of his career with the Spurs, but what he actually brought with the Raptors in Toronto. Wow, what a baby hook. Wow. 1.6 left. Good first quarter. 32-30 Clippers. Okay. Ooh, what's been happening with OKC? I mean, obviously, OKC is not the same powerhouse team. Harbinger, right? So, obviously they had Russell Westbrook. He's not there anymore. You had Chris Paul. So, I mean, they're one of those teams. They're almost non-existent. If you want to, go down really like the rosters and being able to kind of see like who is actually legit in the NBA if you haven't followed the NBA, right? It's kind of nice to be able to get into something. You can get into the XFL, but to give you a breakdown, right, as we go into the standings. So the Eastern Conference is very thin, right, compared to the West. Just like the NFC compared to the AFC. NFC is really deep, just like the Western Conference in the NBA, right? The AFC has a couple teams at the top and then a couple mediocre teams below them, right? Same thing with the Eastern Conference. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, first place, 46-8. They're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. They should make the East Finals and obviously the championship game. They should be there. The Milwaukee Bucks. You got the Toronto Raptors, the Celtics, the Heat, the Sixers, the Pacers, the Brooklyn Nets, and Orlando. But legitimately, you got the Bucks. They are the best team. They're 46-8 by far, unless Giannis gets hurt. There's no other team that stands a chance to me in the Eastern Conference. I mean, there's other teams that are decent, like the Heat and the Celtics and the Raptors and the Sixers, right? But when it's really broken down, the Bucks are head and shoulders above of everyone else. right, in the Eastern Conference. Now, as far as the West is concerned, that's where it gets interesting. You have the Lakers at first, 41-12. LeBron, Anthony Davis, they've built their nice squad there. You got the Nuggets in second at 38-17 with Jokic, right? He's amazing. They got a nice, well-rounded squad. Not a lot of superstars, but a team that plays hard for each other and plays hard for their coach. And they showed what they did against the Blazers last season. This team is for real. They play defense. They play hard, right? They play, all four quarters. They play hard for each other, right? The Clippers have probably the best roster from top to bottom, including bench, right? And that's what you want to look for, a team that has guys that can play offense and defense, and I like that. Utah Jazz are in fourth, Houston Rockets fifth, Dallas with Luka in sixth, OKC in seventh, Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant in eighth, and the Blazers, my team, in ninth. So, it kind of shows you, there's a lot more competition in the West, but when it really comes down to it, I would be shocked if it's not the Lakers or Clippers or one of the LA teams, and then maybe one of the outside teams like the Nuggets might be in there in the West Finals. But realistically, it looks like it's going to be Lakers-Bucks or Clippers-Bucks, at this point. So, that's really how it sits right now. Other people will have their opinions, but, if you really watch the game, as long as there's no serious injuries with the superstars on the Lakers, the Clippers, and obviously the Milwaukee Bucks, out of those three, two of them should be able to fight for each other for the championships this year. So that's big facts. Sixers, yeah. The Sixers, right, but do you really trust the Sixers in a 7-game series with Embiid and Simmons, for a full 7-game series? You can trust them for a couple games, but when it really comes down to it, if Giannis has to take over, you know what I mean? They have a pretty good squad. You don't have a record like the Milwaukee Bucks do by just accident. You know what I'm saying? And they've been really showing how great they are. Yeah, they've lost some games, but they're 46-8. They got the best record in the NBA. They're 46-8. Yeah, I know there's been games where they've gotten embarrassed, right? But they're 46-8. Right? Let's be real about it. They're pretty legit. They have weaknesses, and obviously when someone can challenge Giannis, right, and step up to him, that makes the game a little bit more challenging for the other guys to step up. But they got other guys, Middleton and a few other guys that can step up and make it happen. So, yeah, Harbinger, the league has changed, man. Oh, air ball. That was a foul. So you only trust the Sixers if they had home court. Yeah, and obviously with Jimmy Buckets not being there anymore, too, he was always saying that he thought the team was lazy. You know what I mean? And a lot of times Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler would be like the villain. They're like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think there was some chemistry issues, with the Sixers there. I like Embiid when he's healthy. You know what I mean? Simmons, has improved, but he still has a long ways to go for his game to get to that point where he's a consistent player game in and game out. He definitely has some weaknesses in his game. He's a liability at times, but he is exciting at times also. But, obviously if we're betting money, it would be really tough to go against Milwaukee in the East. But even with that being said, and with the best record in the NBA, the West, whoever the representative is, Lakers or the Clippers, probably has the best shot to win the championship this year, even over Milwaukee. Milwaukee will win a couple games in the finals, but I think I would be really shocked if the Milwaukee Bucks win it all, unless Giannis takes over the game like kind of Kawhi Leonard did last season in the playoffs. And if he does that, then we'll be saying the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis are NBA world champs, which is possible. You know what I mean? Because they probably have the second best shot. Clippers, Bucks, and then probably Lakers as far as the best chances. For me, the Lakers don't have a deep enough bench, and that's the only thing that worries me. What happens if LeBron or AD get hurt, or if one of them gets in foul trouble? Can you really count on Kuzma and the rest of the company and the clique to be able to make it happen, especially if you're going against a good team like the Clippers? I'm not sure in a 7-game series. So, definitely I'd love to have another Sonics team for sure, bro. Since I'm a Blazer fan, that I-5 rivalry, the biggest rivals the Blazers had were the Sonics and the Lakers, and I absolutely loved the Sonics when they were around Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf, Nate McMillan, Dale, all those guys. I love being able to watch the Sonics. You know what I mean? And when they left, after they picked up Kevin Durant and then they ended up moving to OKC. I mean, I know a lot of Northwest fans were hurt a little bit, because we missed having the Sonics up here. You got the Seahawks; they have a great fan base. You got the Mariners, even though that they suck as a team, amazing fan base, right? And the Sonics had a great fan base up here in the Northwest as well. I mean, we love our teams out here in the Northwest. I mean, that's why when you see like the Oregon Ducks, we might not be the best team in college football ever, right? But we got some of the best passionate fans. And as far as person for person, we're one of the loudest. We got about 50,000 capacity. And, and the only really stadiums in college football that are louder than us have a capacity of like 100,000. Maybe like a LSU or an Alabama or like a Penn State. So for every one of our guys is actually two based off like the decibel level when you go over there, so it shows you. I mean, we love our sports out here, and that's why the Ducks are so big, because we only have the Blazers, right? The Ducks are the Beavers for college football. And then obviously we have our soccer team, out here as well. But other than that, I mean, that's all we got. And then obviously Mariners and the Sounders, for soccer, and obviously Seahawks, Mariners up in Washington up north. So yeah, Kemp was crazy. Ooh, and one. What a shot. Kemba Walker from deep. We got the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Boston Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions by the best on YouTube, your boy Orion, and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like Tony Grady, Arya, and Harbinger of Battle did. Gracious in their donations. Or you can do patreon.com/NWSF. Tony Grady, $20. Aria, $4.99. Harbinger of Battle, $9.99. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate you guys. This game so far has been nice. We're locked in at 38. Woo! Coast to coast, baby. Nice layup. But I'm excited, man. NFL season ended, but I'm still in that NFL mode, that college football mode, the NFL draft, that combine mode. So, I mean, we're getting to a point. WrestleMania season is right around the corner. I got NXT Takeover Portland that's going to be coming up, very soon here Sunday. So I'm excited for that. So we got a lot of things to kind of hold us over. And one. Let's go, Kemba Walker with the layup and the and one. But there's a lot of things that'll kind of hold us over temporarily until we get, to NFL season. But the draft and the combine will be really interesting. A lot of amazing talent, not only in this draft, but in next year's draft as well for NFL and college football. It's going to be one of those things. We're going to see more talent come out of college football in the next 2 years than we've seen in quite some time. I mean, there's some amazing talent. And not even just from the quarterback position, but from everywhere. Wide receivers, running backs, offensive line, secondary, linebackers, pass rushers. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be fucking amazing. 43-40 Celtics. Woo, Lou Will. For 3. Guy never ages. Amazing player. Right there, go down low. There you go. Nice shot. Enes Kanter, formerly of the Blazers. Get that board. Okay. Oh, shake and bake. Oh, baby. There you go. Clean it up. Doc's not happy about that. He's like, where's my box out? We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Ooh, nice up and under. Montrezl Harrell, who's in the running for NBA Sixth Man of the Year last year with Lou Will, and he's still got 2 guys that are very solid that could be NBA starters on pretty much any team in the NBA, just depending on what team they were on. But it gives them that depth, and you got to have that depth, not only in the NFL and college football, but the NBA. I mean, it shows, because look at my Portland Trail Blazers, to overachieve and to make the Western Finals last year, even though they got swept by the Warriors. I get it, but who actually in their sane mind, right, thought that the Blazers would actually go that far? And they went that far based off the depth on their bench. So it shows you, Charles Barkley called it, and a lot of the fans, called it. If you got a deep bench, where you got guys that you can sub in, and you got 3 or 4 guys on the bench that could be starters on teams in the NBA, it really does give that extra oomph, right, when you need it, when certain guys get in foul trouble, when certain guys get hurt, when you need to be able to, give those other guys a breather, to have that depth, to have almost 2 starting fives. Not many teams have that. Usually there's a big drop-off once you go from your starters to your bench in this league now, in the NBA. 47-45 Boston. Nice pass. Oh, it was tipped. But comment below anything that you guys want to talk about. You guys want to talk about the game. You guys want to talk NFL. You want to talk college football, the Astros cheating. You want to talk about AEW. You want to talk about WWE, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Anything you want to talk about, just comment in the chat. Nothing is off topic. That's why I'm here, man. We're hanging out, live streaming, answering questions, going over anything, football, basketball, baseball, wrestling related, and watching the game too, and enjoying it. Only 2 games on today, and this is the only game on TNT tonight. And like I said, I did the XFL hardest hits of week 1 video yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, check it out. I did the best of week 1 XFL also on a separate video. So I did one from, let's see, who did I do it through? I did 2 of those videos, and then I ended up doing an AEW live stream, yesterday, because obviously that's my favorite wrestling program from week to week, which was awesome. John Moxley, obviously saying Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Chris Jericho, the Inner Circle. I fucking love it, man. Anti says, I don't know how much you watch the Sixers, but I think they're going to turn things around. They switched Horford to a center off the bench. Yeah, I watch them pretty frequently. Anytime they're on ESPN or TNT. I mean, I live here, obviously, as you know, in Oregon, so it's not like I get every single Sixers game. But I usually try to read up on all the teams, just kind of how I similar, in the same kind of profile I do with the NFL. But I've seen that they had some struggles, but we're going to have to see after the All-Star break and if they can turn things around. And it's not like they're a bad team. If Embiid is healthy, they kind of go with Embiid. When Embiid is healthy, they're great. You know what I mean? But it's just finding the right chemistry with their players, and it's also finding that right chemistry, after Jimmy Buckets. You know what I mean? Because it's taken some time for them to kind of get adjusted, in my opinion, after Jimmy Butler left. There was a totally different dynamic when Jimmy Butler was there, and now that he's not. So, and obviously you've seen what the Miami Heat are doing. Tyler Hero, and Jimmy Buckets, and a lot of the players that the Heat have. The Heat weren't really considered a contender, but they've actually overachieved as well. So I mean, but we'll see what happens. As far as once we get past the All-Star break. That's the one thing that you guys have lacked, in the season is shooters, right? You've always lacked shooters on that roster. They've always needed, shooters on that team, and that's big facts. 7th easiest schedule, and they should be able to rack up some W's then at that point. Yeah, a lot of teams are going to be lights out at home, and they should be, especially with the roster that they have. Yeah, but also I think it was just the chemistry too. I think with Ben Simmons and Jimmy and Embiid, I think a lot of those guys, they just kind of butted heads, unfortunately. You know what I mean? And maybe just Jimmy and his work ethic, and maybe just thought that those guys weren't working as hard as maybe they should. And I guess that's fair. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, have criticized Jimmy Butler, but I think that if you go back and look at all of his statements, of all the places that he's played, talking about like Andrew Wiggins and talking about a lot of the players that he thought that either were soft or lazy or maybe just weren't putting enough effort. a lot of the statements he makes are kind of true. I mean, if you kind of look at the player and look at, the results, game in and game out. Of course, we're not in the locker room, and we don't really know exactly what's really, quote unquote, really going on. But I think a lot of the statements that Jimmy Butler has made have been facts. I haven't really seen a lot of things where I scratch my head and think, Jimmy Buckets is crazy. I've never thought that. I mean, a lot of the things that he says kind of make sense. You know what I mean? And for a guy that's worked really hard on his game to where he was when he first started to where he is now, he's definitely put in a lot of hard work. That's facts. Jimmy and Simmons didn't get along, yeah. Right. Yep. Yep, you got it, Anti. He needs to really work on his game, you know what I mean? Like, free throws, obviously he can't shoot the three, being able to post up better, just being a better passer. I mean, there's certain parts of his game that he excels at, on the fast break, you know what I mean? But, gosh, he could be so much better if he could actually shoot, you know what I mean? And his defense could definitely get better, but you could say that about any NBA player. It's definitely harder to put in the effort on defense. Okay, here we go. Floater. Nice shot. Nodded at 47. 47-47 all. 6:24 left in the second quarter. Good game so far. Don Shingo, all the way from Germany, my boy. Yeah, we were just talking about the Sixers. I know you love your Philly sports. I know you love your Eagles. You love the Sixers. We were just talking about how they got an easier schedule as we go into after the All-Star break. So they should be able to start, racking up some wins. And if they can get some wins on the road, it should put them in a really good spot for home court advantage to get a top 4 seed in the East. Just keep taking care of business at home, making sure, guys stay healthy, especially Embiid. And as long as Embiid stays healthy, you'll be good to go. Yeah, but he could definitely get better. I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? But I'm saying I think he could get better. But he has made improvements. I'll give him that. Yeah, why do you think that is? Why do you think that he doesn't want to shoot? Because he gets criticized from shooting threes and just doesn't want to like airball or give up good shots for maybe some of his other teammates. I feel for him. He sometimes as long as the shot is there, he should shoot more. I mean, I'm not saying he needs to be like a Dame Dalla or like a Steph Curry and just start shooting threes lights out with no regard to his teammates. But it would be nice for him to kind of show out and shoot a little bit more. I mean, that's the only way that you're going to get better. But I'm excited to see what happens in the East. The West is very deep. The East, it's got about maybe 4 or 5 teams that are going to be jockeying for those first 4 seeds. Realistically, Milwaukee is the best team, in the East. But then obviously you got the Raptors, you got the Heat, you got the Sixers, you got a few other teams that are going to be jockeying. But it's all about those first 4, positions for the home court. So you got to be a top 4 seed. So as long as you don't have any serious major injuries with the Sixers, and like you said, they have the 7th easiest schedule after the break. So if they can just find a way to start stealing some games on the road, they'll be just fine. Ooh, air ball. Bad shot. Yeah, maybe it's because no one respects him, from shooting, and that's why he doesn't shoot. That's why people just sag back, and they just say, shoot it, because they just know that he's not, or he's going to miss, or they think that he's going to miss. You know what I mean? And that's probably gotten to his head a little bit. Yeah, good numbers, Shingo. But just imagine if he actually had a three-point shot, actually had a jumper. Think about the player. He'd be an all-star, right? You know what I'm saying? He would be an all-star. But, I mean, the NBA is kind of rigged. I mean, you didn't have Devin Booker automatically in the All-Star game, and then obviously Bradley Beal on a bad team, but he still deserved to be in the All-Star game. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. The All-Star game to me it's very political, in a lot of things. You know what I mean? Which is kind of unfortunate. Popularity contest sometimes, and sometimes there's guys that maybe don't deserve to be in, or maybe they should just have some extra spots, in for some of these guys. But we'll see, man. 51-49 Clippers. 4:32 left in the second quarter. Pretty good matchup. Yeah, but me being out here, in Oregon, it's like, it's obviously, when you get the ESPN matchups and the TNT matchups, right? It's like always the Lakers are on, always the Clippers are on. But it would be nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting to see some more Sixer games, more Miami Heat games, some more Nuggets games, just to kind of, see some of the other teams. I mean, obviously they've been pushing Luka a lot, so obviously the Mavericks are on quite a bit. I love Ja Morant, so I love seeing Memphis play. He gave Dame Dollar the business, and Ja was really exciting to play. Obviously, we got to see Zion, kind of show what he's capable of at the number one pick. So, I mean, that's exciting because you definitely want Zion and Ja to be amazing talents. You don't want them to fail, if you want this league to succeed. But there definitely is a big drop-off, to me, for NFL, college football, and NBA. The NBA is, nowhere near what it was when Jordan was around, nowhere near what it was when Kobe was around. I mean, it definitely is not the same type of league that I'm used to watching. Nice board. Sports Surge? Yeah. Does that give you any viruses to your computer, though, or your phone? Because my friends will send me all kinds of different links, to watch different, games. But I don't want to get any, pop-ups or any, viruses, especially with, my iMac, you know what I mean? It's like I can't have a, like $3,000 computer, have some fucked up thing with it where I got to go get it fixed or whatever, so. But I got a couple buddies that have, League Pass. So, I mean, anytime I go over, if I want to watch a game of a different team, I can always go over there. And then, friends that have, Sunday Ticket and things like that. You got League Pass, Shingo? Well, you got to have League Pass, especially where you're at in Germany. That's a must for you. Being out there is being such a big fan of the Sixers and the Eagles. I mean, you got to have it out there. How much does it cost for you to have it out there? Is it the same amount as here in the States? I imagine it is, or it should be. Oh, you watch every sport. UFC, NBA, NFL, XFL, anything. Wow, okay. Well, maybe I'll have to check it out. NBA's big in Germany. Thanks to Dirk, right? Right. Even before Dirk, but obviously after Dirk, then it probably really exploded. Is that the most popular sport out there, in your opinion? NBA? Oh, nice steal. Woo! Nice flush. Soccer? Oh, okay. Well, that's a given. Soccer is going to be probably the most popular in almost any place except the United States. 54-53 Celtics. 2:35 left in the second quarter. Nice pass. For three. Oh, unlucky bounce. I didn't watch it live, but I ended up watching kind of snippets and highlights from it, and that's what I've been hearing. Did you watch it live? Bones Jones? Did they said they gave it to Bones Jones just by reputation? By just name recognition? But Reyes should have got it. Well, it's like when you saw the Conor McGregor, fight. That seemed really rigged to me against Cowboy. You know what I mean? You can't tell me that that's going to last, half of a round. It's like almost like he just took the fall. Like, all right, take the money, right, and just get, take a couple punches, and then they'll just call it. That's just just kind of frustrating, especially if you're going to be a fan of the sport and you feel that it's real and it's not rigged, and you spend, $100 on the fight and then it's over in like fucking, a minute? Like the intros lasted longer from the McGregor Cowboy fight than the actual fight itself. So league pass in Germany is like €160, which is like $175. That's not too bad. Especially you get to watch all the games, of your team. And then if you didn't get league pass, do they actually show any of the games normally on your normal German programming? Like, do you have like TNT in Germany? Like, do you guys have like regular programming where you can watch ESPN and TNT on your normal programming? So you got to have it then. So it's either like you either pay for it and watch it, or you're just kind of out of luck. Well, shit, as a fan, then you got to do it then. You got to be able to watch, because it's not the same just watching highlights on like ESPN. Only some games, yeah. But if you have a certain team like the Sixers, it's not like they're going to cater to the Sixers in Germany just, for you or for those certain fans. I mean, you're going to have to go out of your way and pay the money, but I bet it's worth every single dollar for you. So, and that's awesome, man. Got to support your team wherever you live. So, and I know you're going to be going to games. Is it this year? You're going to be coming to the States, and you're going to be going to Eagles, Sixers. You're going to go to Flyers. You're going to do the triple threat. You're going to do all three. Oh, man, I'm excited for you. You have to definitely take pictures, bro, and then put them on your Twitter so I can check them out. That'd be sweet. He got into the UFC after the NFL stop. Bones Jones based off name. Right, and then also, he has a reputation of cheating with, like, the PEDs and stuff, too. So, I mean, I love UFC, but the thing is, it's just there's not enough big names in it, and a lot of it just seems kind of rigged to me, which is kind of unfortunate. Of course, when there's big fights, I'll have friends, that'll call me. Hey, come over, watch the fight, and then you'll have a group of guys, and each friend will toss in like $10 or whatever, or maybe the person will just host it, and you just come over and bring beer or bring like pizza or food or whatever, right? But it's like you try to get together and then the shit's over, in like 30 seconds. It's kind of disappointing, especially when whoever put in that big money. It's almost like, is this really worth it anymore? Like one round, half of a round, couple minutes, but. You hope Wentz and Embiid, well, they probably will be. And I knew Wentz was going to make it the whole year. Remember all the doubters at the beginning of the year were saying that he was going to get hurt and he wasn't going to make it through the whole year? I knew he was going to make it. I knew he was going to have a good season. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't him that got hurt. It was everyone else. It was all the wide receivers and the running backs and the O-linemen and the defense. And he still had a fantastic year, over 4,000 yards, right, passing, and he didn't have a guy that had over, 500 yards. Right? I mean, who could do that? It takes a lot of talent, And just when they can get their guys healthy again, then they'll be able to, hopefully make another run. John Jones, he did a hit and run on a pregnant woman. Jeez. Ooh, nice pass. Nice. 58-55. 1:10 left in the second quarter. I want to be able to see Zion's highlights here at halftime, too, since that's the other game. All or Nothing on Amazon. Yeah, I heard that was really awesome. Like, that's something I've really wanted to watch. Like, kind of some of those other series that they have on the teams, like the behind the scenes. I love that shit. I mean, it's almost like the Hard Knocks, and I love it. I know they had one for the Panthers. I know they had another special on the Eagles. And it doesn't matter for me, regardless of what team it is. I just love that. And no matter what the team is, just being able to get that inside information and seeing how the players talk to each other, how the coaches interact, the personalities of the players, what they like to do as hobbies, if they're into piano or if they're into like dogs or, whatever their hobbies are, or if they like to play chess or, you learn a lot of things about players that you never would have known, like, secret hobbies and talents maybe that some of your favorite players have that you never knew before. So it's kind of cool when you see those type of programs like that. All right, we're halftime, 60-58. Celtics. Good game so far. Connor's fights are kind of like Mike Tyson's fights. He ends so many people early, it's ridiculous. Or does he, though? Or is it kind of rigged? You know what I mean? I just can't see Cowboy. I mean, I've seen Cowboy fight before, and I never seen him go down that early, and I didn't really see too many big blows. I mean, I did see his nose, get a little blood coming out of it or whatever, but it was nowhere near some of the fights that I've seen before where he was, like, fighting back. It's like he almost just curled up into a ball, and then they just ended it. It's like, all right, get your money and get out of here, Lenny D, what to do, my guy? We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like Tony Grady, Aria, and Harbinger of Battle did. $20, $4.99, $9.99. My guys, my girls, I appreciate it. Love you guys. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Cowboy had a broken nose and a broken orbital bone. He was in the hospital after the fight. Conor literally broke his face. Yeah. Maybe it just didn't – maybe it was worse than when I was watching it, when we watched it live or when we saw it. You know what I mean? But it just – maybe he just hurt him more, and then he just was like, fuck it. I got to go down and just, get my money and leave. But I just used to seeing him, Cowboy fight a little bit more. But I guess if your nose is broken and your orbital's fucking shattered and – you know what I mean? I guess at that point you're like, fuck it already, right? Yeah, so it must have been worse than it actually looked. So, but you know what I'm saying though. I think to a lot of people it just looked kind of staged and kind of like a setup, So, right, the comeback, right? It's not like they're gonna have him lose, because he brings in a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like out of anyone that fights, in UFC, he probably brings in more money than most people, right? Especially for the average fan or the fan that never would even order UFC, but they know the name Conor McGregor, you know what I mean? So they're like, oh, Conor's fighting, let's get it, you know what I mean? Regardless if he's in good shape or not, just the fact of his name and his kind of reputation. So I get it, But we're getting into NBA All-Star Weekend Saturday night, which is going to be exciting. So I'm not sure if they still do like kind of the rookie sophomores or like the the foreign players versus the people from America or freshman sophomore game, however they put it. Like they used to do that like on Friday, and then on Saturday they used to do like skills competition, 3-point contest, and then the dunk contest. So I'll try to do some All-Star Saturday night, maybe live stream for NBA. It should be pretty exciting. And then I want to do the All-Star game for the NBA, but I am going to NXT TakeOver Portland, the first pay-per-view in Portland for wrestling in about 10 years. And I got really good seats right down on the ramp where the wrestlers walk to the ring with me and my buddy. So I'm really excited for that, and that's going to be around the same time. I think the times are going to overlap. So I won't be able to do a live stream for the NBA All-Star game. I'll have it on my DVR. I'll watch it when I get home, but then I'll do a reaction video to it probably Monday morning. But I am excited for NXT. It's going to be fucking lit. NXT TakeOver. The matchups look awesome. Going to have great seats. Going to smoke a lot, drink a lot. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait, man. I got a lucha mask from Mexico that I might be rocking, NWO gear. I mean, we'll see whatever I decide to wear, but you might see me on TV if you have the network. I'm excited. Said Mayweather. Lenny D says Mayweather. Yeah, and that's kind of sad too, because then Rousey went to the WWE and then did that for a little bit, and then she walked away. And I wish that she still could have stuck around. With was it Holly Holm, and then there's she had 2 bad losses, Ronda Rousey. But when she was in her prime, she was fun, right? I believe Holly Holm was one of her losses, right? For Ronda Rousey, she had 2 losses, and then she kind of, went to that WWE. Ooh, nice block by Zion. Jesus, get that out of here. Blocking that shit to the 5th row. Oh, NXT TakeOver, baby. Portland, too. So, you can go to any pay-per-view. I've been to Raws. I've been to SmackDowns. Obviously a regular NXT show I haven't been. But, NXT TakeOver, whether it be Portland, Brooklyn, Toronto. To me, NXT TakeOver pay-per-views are one of the best. You can put takeovers all the way up with Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank. NXT takeovers, if you haven't watched them before, they are amazing. You know what I mean? They always steal the show. And maybe a lot of people aren't familiar with some of the wrestlers that are in NXT. But, Finn Balor is going to be there. It's going to be, you got Undisputed Era, Adam Cole. Velveteen Dream seems like he's going to be back. But they put out just a quality show. The fan base is lit. And like I said, it's going to be an amazing, amazing show. See if I can get some memorabilia. I'm a little short for cash, so hopefully my buddy will maybe spring me for a T-shirt or something. But I know we're going to be, getting drinks and smoking before the event. We're going to go a couple hours early and kind of go downtown and have some fun. So I'm definitely excited. I might go live as long as my phone has enough signal inside modem. I'll try to go live while I'm in there for NXT TakeOver. It'll be crazy. XFL content, yeah. So I did the biggest hits of Week 1 yesterday, and then I also did the best of Week 1 yesterday from Beast Mode Highlights and Highlight Heaven. And then I'm going to start doing live streams for XFL, and I'm also going to start doing reactions from the actual individual games also. I got to see a little bit with Walker, the QB, PJ Walker, and a few of the others. And it's interesting. It looks like it's better than the AAF. A lot of big hits, a lot of splashy plays, but definitely since we're past the NFL season, for all of us that love football, it looks like something that I'm gonna continue to watch, and I think there's enough people that are interested in it. So I definitely will be doing XFL content week in and week out. So we'll be doing some live streams, some reaction videos, some best ofs, best of Week 2s, the best hits of Week 2, as well as some compilation videos, as well as reaction videos to the individual games, and some live streams for some of the games too. Absolutely. David Goldstein, going to do it. Got to be able to, kind of mix up the different content. And then as we get to the NFL draft and the combine, there'll be some, college, football content, NFL content. There'll be a little bit of everything, as we get closer and closer to the NFL draft. And then obviously as we get closer to preseason and then the regular season for the NFL. So Lenny D, exactly, man. NXT's more likable than Raw and SmackDown because Triple H knows how to develop and handle the talent. Vince just doesn't. Triple H and Shawn Michaels know what they're doing, right? But that's also why I like AEW the best, NXT second, and Raw and SmackDown have taken a big hit. You know what I mean? But I think they're too stubborn to really realize what the fans want. And a lot of the fans that really were really sticking with Raw and SmackDown have jumped ship to AEW and NXT because it's just a better program. It's just a better show. But I also feel that NXT has lost a little bit of his show, a little bit of its star power, a little bit of its excitement when they had to pair it up and go head to head with AEW, because every week AEW just crushes NXT. If you actually watch AEW and see what they bring, for a show, it's not even close. AEW show is like a Monday Night Nitro. They got John Moxley, a.k.a. Dean Ambrose. They got Neville, a.k.a. Pac. You got Chris Jericho. You got Kenny Omega, Hangman Page. You got the Young Bucks, who are the best tag team in the world right now in any federation. You got the Lucha Brothers. If you actually like exciting, fast-paced wrestling with great double team moves, great just inverted, suplexes and body slams, things that you've never seen before. It definitely gives you an ECW, WCW vibe, and that's kind of the wrestling that I like. I never really was a fan of that slow-paced WWF wrestling. When it went to the Attitude Era, when we had like Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind, Undertaker, DX, I loved that when it got a little bit more faster paced, when it was, battling with Nitro and the NWO. But it just seems like they got really lazy, and they had to step their game up a little bit with like the fireworks in the beginning of Raw and SmackDown just because AEW was doing it. I just feel that they got lazy, they got too comfortable, but their show and their writing is absolutely horrendous. The creative for WWE right now is horrible, Bobby Lashley and Lana. I mean, you might as well just turn the TV off at that point. No one wants to see that. Rusev and that all that stupid angle. Like, you know what I mean? No one, this isn't fucking the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? They're not trying to target, these people that were like, someone like me when I was like 18 or 15 back in the Attitude Era. This is not the Attitude Era. You can't even really do blood anymore. And then you had the whole Shayna Baszler, biting the blood packet and biting Becky Lynch. I mean, it's almost comical. They're trying so hard. You know what I mean? But they don't know what they're doing. Triple H knows what he's doing. Shawn Michaels knows what he's doing. NXT is the best show as far as those three, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. But I feel that NXT is starting to go downhill also because AEW is really starting to, kind of steal a lot of the ratings, in my opinion. So, John Cena returns to SmackDown. He's your favorite? I got some really cool John Cena swag. I got a John Cena headband from back in the day, a purple one, and I got the wristbands, all still wrapped up in plastic from way, way back in the day when I went to a show, back in the Northwest here, long time ago. I'll have to show them off on here. I got all kinds of wrestling figures and memorabilia, but that's one cool thing that I got from way, way back in the day, and I decided never to, take it out of the package, just to save it, as a collector item down the road. He needs to come back as Word Life. That John Cena. That was my favorite. The heel John Cena. John Cena with the throwback jerseys. The John Cena from 2003 when he came in with Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. That was the best John Cena. Heel John Cena, not face John Cena. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about. And then when he came back and did like a little preview with like little rap battle last year, you know what I mean? Like, that's what the fans want. You know what I mean? If he ever was going to come back and not do movies as much anymore, if he came back as like the leader of the NWO and went heel, you know what I mean? And fuck the fans and did the rapping thing again and the throwback jersey. I mean, that would really swing the fan base, and that could really get the ratings back, for WWE, using someone like that you had as a babyface that just sold the merch, as like the never give up type of guy, but that angle got really old and stale. You can only do that angle for so long. David Goldstein with a great question. What team in the NFL do you think will make a big jump to a contender next season? Well, that is a good question because it all depends on what quarterback goes to what team, who drafts who, based off the, trades, who gets Tua, who gets Justin Herbert. Where does Tom Brady go? Does he go to the Chargers or does he stay in New England? You know what I mean? Where does Justin Herbert go? Does he go to the Chargers? Does he go to the Bucks? Does he go to the Raiders? So, I mean, it'll be one of those interesting things to kind of decide on, like, okay, who do we really think is going to make the jump? It's too early to say to me right now, but I mean, if we're talking about maybe teams that, didn't make the Super Bowl, I mean, I don't know. I mean, let me look. I'm going through here. I mean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers could make a jump, depending on if they get some free agents, like, if they get like a Jadeveon Clowney, to come over, and I'm not sure if they're going to get a Phillip Rivers to replace Jameis Winston, but they could possibly make a jump and get close to a wild card. I mean, I don't think it's that crazy to think. The Bucs at some point, I think they're getting closer and closer with Godwin's emergence. You've seen what Mike Evans can do. They just need a better O-line. They need a stud running back that they can count on, like a Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. They need that type of guy, a solidified running back week in and week out that they can lean on, build the O-line, get some better guys on defense. They got Arians there. They got good coaching now. So, there's an opportunity there for them. The Redskins, Marcus's team, that could be a team where you could see them with Riverboat Ron and Del Rio, spike in the wins. They might not go from 3 to 4 wins to 10 wins, but they could maybe get to like 8 or 9 wins. I think that's definitely possible, but it all depends on Haskins, Scary Terry, Darius Geis, if he can stay healthy for the whole year, which he has a problem staying healthy, but I like that possibility of, that team maybe making a jump. Las Vegas Raiders, possibly, depending on who their quarterback is, get rid of Carr and then bring in somebody, maybe bring in Justin Herbert. That might be able to help them out. Let me see. I'm going over some of the other teams maybe that weren't as good that could make a little bit of a leap. Denver Broncos, have such a tough division with, the Chiefs and everything that's going on there. I'm not sure if Drew Lock is the guy that you could really believe in and count on, moving forward. The Colts, I've always liked their roster and I've always liked their team. Depending on what they do at quarterback, they could definitely make a strong push. The Rams could definitely make a rebound, from the bad year that they had last year. Obviously going from, the Super Bowl, bad year this year, Todd Gurley not being 100%, and then maybe them making a resurgence. I definitely could see the Rams making a big push again. Nathan, what do you do, my guy? Cleveland Browns, I don't really believe in them. I know Myles Garrett got reinstated, but if you got a shitty coach, which they had, and then obviously they got rid of him. We already know Freddie Kitchens, his ass needed to get out of the kitchen. Baker Mayfield, slightly overrated. He might need the proper QB, guru to get him right. Baker Mayfield might need like a Sean McVay, Andy Reid type of coach to really take his game to the next level. And if you don't get an Andy Reid, Sean McVay kind of guy, we may never see Baker Mayfield play up to his potential. He might have to get traded or go to his next team before we see Baker Mayfield really, get to where they need to see him and to being a stud. The Eagles, like I said, with the Eagles, I didn't really think they had a bad year. I thought with all things considered, the Eagles did the best that they could with all the injuries that they had, and I was proud of Carson Wentz, and he proved to people that he is legit. He is the man. He is Mr. Walk It To Him. I love him. He didn't get hurt. He is a leader. He's worth every dollar, and they're going to be in the race for the NFC East crown year in and year out. And as I compare the Giants and the Cowboys and the Redskins, I like the Eagles team overall the best year in and year out. Even when they have issues. You know what I mean? Even when they have injuries, I just like their roster and I like their coaching staff, and I feel that they play harder for each other than any of those other 3 teams combined. Those other 3 teams have issues, but Redskins with Riverboat Ron and Del Rio will be able to show, hey, we got some togetherness. We're going to build something, try to build a Carolina Panther kind of squad there. So I have some belief there. The Cowboys, who knows what you're going to get with McCarthy. Sometimes the Cowboys are good. Other times they give up on each other, right? And then the Giants, as we know, they are the worst team in the division. But if you take them for granted, they'll punch you in the mouth. Saquon can go off for 140 yards. You may lose that game. Daniel Jones will have growing pains, but he'll get better. But they just have a lot of holes on their line, defense, the coaching staff. So they're still by far the worst team in the division. But at some point, they'll slowly start catching up and start battling for third in the NFC East. I don't know how many years it's going to take before they start battling for third, right? But right now, I still have the Eagles, to me, as the best team in the NFC East. And then obviously there'll be the Cowboys and the Redskins will have something to say about it. But Andre Dillard, thought that was a good draft pick. Miles Sanders was a great draft pick in round 2. Amazing player, a guy that doesn't get enough credit, a guy that could be an every down back, a guy that they can lean on. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside never really got a chance to show his full potential, but maybe we'll see a little bit more, obviously, next season. Sharif Miller in round 4, Clayton Thorson. So we'll see, you know what I mean? And obviously we know Dillard is still a work in progress. Obviously we tried to see him at tackle, and I guess he wasn't really fully ready yet. But, I mean, it takes time. It takes time. But we did see Miles Sanders show, hey, I'm the man, right? And that was the best draft pick that you guys had out of all the draft picks. That's the guy that, like, okay, this guy's an Eagle. This guy, this is the guy that we're going to lean on for years to come. And I think he's been a big fan favorite for a lot of the Philly people that I've talked to, that they absolutely love him. And I feel that he's slept on, and that's big facts. What do I think of Kyler Murray getting Rookie of the Year? That's a bunch of BS. I don't think he deserved the award. I think he would deserve to be in the running for the award. But I think, to me, Josh Jacobs, to me, I thought was a little bit more impressive. Yeah, I know the Raiders were bad and the Cardinals were bad. But I think with all things considered, with the Raiders and the way that they played, and they just had a lot of problems in that organization, I kind of like Josh Jacobs more, personally. I thought he did more. Right? Kyler Murray didn't have an offensive line, and he did the best that he could. But was he really that impressive? When you say Rookie of the Year, you're supposed to think like Saquon Barkley. You're supposed to think of guys you're like, wow, this guy is a future Pro Bowler, maybe a future Hall of Famer, a guy that just just shoots right off the page. I don't think anyone really got that feeling with Kyler Murray, and and obviously the O-line was horrible. Right? They didn't have a whole lot of weapons. The defense was, horrendous. But when you're in the NFC West against the Rams, the Seahawks, right, in that division, right, and the Niners, it's tough. But that's my personal opinion. I mean, they never really get it right that often, That's just me personally. And I'm scrolling down the list here. Vikings, Texans, the Falcons. I was reading a rumor that Devontae Freeman might not be there anymore, that they might move on from him. But the thing is ever since they got rid of their coach, their OC, right? You know what I'm talking about, Shanny, right? They've never been the same. The 28-3, so I don't really know. It's like, back a couple years ago, we had quite a few, Falcons fans on the channel. And then all of a sudden after Shanny left, and after that 28-3, I think they just were, there's not in existence anymore. I mean, every once in a while I'll see one drop a comment, but you got to stick with your team. I mean, it's like me and being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Yeah, I know they're horrible. I'm a Mariner fan. Yeah, I know they're horrible, but you got to still stick with them, But I'm not sure if I see a big jump there. The Dolphins, with all those draft picks and all those pieces that they're going to get, they may not make a huge splash year one. But depending on who they get at running back and quarterback, if they get Tua and pair him up with a solid running back, they're going to be fun to watch. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins end up making a run for a wild card maybe in 3 years, depending on how they hit on these next few drafts. I mean, they're going to have to hit on 75% of the picks that they have this year, next year, and the year after. And I don't know if their organization is smart enough to hit on those picks. But if you can get some franchise guys, they could start, building a little roster kind of like the Buffalo Bills did. Slowly but surely, but keep building the roster. But the Dolphins could be one of those teams where in a few years they could kind of make a name for themselves. I definitely believe that. I'm looking here. Chargers. I mean, that all depends on if they get, Tom Brady or Justin Herbert or what they decide to do there. The Bears. I mean, the Bears, what can you say about the Bears? Ever since you lost Vic Fangio and he left to be the Denver Bronco coach, they've never been the same. They got some of the most player-for-player talent on defense, but once the Khalil Mack thing happened on the Raiders and you brought him over, right, it shows you if you don't have good coaching, it doesn't mean anything. And Mitchell Trubisky's horrible. I mean, you could have had Deshaun Watson. You could have had Patrick Mahomes. And you traded up for Mitchell Trubisky. I know they talk about Portland Trailblazers with Greg Oden and, all these mistakes, going for, Greg Oden over Kevin Durant and, Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. What about Mitchell Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes or Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson? That's horrible. I mean, I don't see anywhere in the near future the Chicago Bears being anywhere of even being average, above average, playoff worthy, worth even talking about. I mean, the Lions could be a team. They're always a sleeper team to me that it depends on what they do with Stafford and, how they draft. They need to just get a little bit better on the line and defense and coaching. But it seems like every 3 to 4 years, the Lions win the division or get a wild card. So that could be a team to kind of keep an eye on. Cowboys, I mean, who knows with McCarthy? You know what I mean? I'm not really sold on him. The Jets, they got way too many problems, way too many holes. So, I mean, those are some of the teams as I'm just kind of looking through, you know. But the Buffalo Bills, I mean, that's one of those teams that, I mean, I always really like them. They have a lot of potential. They don't have everything yet to be, like a Super Bowl contender, but they definitely are getting closer and closer depending on what they do with Brady, of like actually winning the division or getting a wild card and being a consistent football team, not only in the AFC East, but in the AFC in general. I love their defense. I love their coaching staff. You know what I mean? I just think they just need a few more weapons. They need a stud, number one wide receiver, like a Jerry Jeudy or a Higgins. They need a little bit more, right? But like I said, there's a big gap in the AFC when you have teams like the Chiefs and Mahomes and then like the Ravens and then all the rest. So we'll have to see kind of where they go. I think that the Lions ownership has said that's not going to happen. And I don't know. I mean, if Stafford was available out of all these quarterbacks, he would be the most coveted quarterback out of all the free agent quarterbacks that are coming in, with Case Keenum and Mariota and Jameis and Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers and, the list goes on and on. He would be the most valuable. And sometimes he underachieves for being a number one pick from Georgia, Stafford, but he hasn't really had the full complement of a great O-line. He's never had really great coaching. He's never really had great running backs until just recently, with some of the weapons that he's had, at running back, but he's never really had stud players all at the same time. It's like you had Megatron, but then you didn't have a running back. Now Megatron's gone, but now you got a running back. But now the O-line has holes, and then now the secondary is getting a little thinner, and then the coaching staff is always a rotating door. So, it's one of those things. But even with all that being said, the Lions still end up winning the division or getting a wild card every 3 to 4 years, with the Packers and the Bears and the Vikings, which says a lot. That's a competitive, tough division, other than the Bears. So, Packers. I mean, the Packers are an amazing team. They need to improve their offensive weapons at wide receiver, in my opinion. I mean, they got, obviously, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, right? The O-line needs to get better, but I think they need another weapon on the outside. Laviska Shenault from Colorado, a T. Higgins, a Jerry Jeudy. They need another big play wide receiver, to pair up Devontae Adams. They need someone else on that other side to help Aaron Rodgers, so it's not as much pressure on him. But I really feel the main thing for them, when they had Bulaga and Bakhtiari, they need more help on the O-line. That's really their bugaboo, because if you end up watching the playoffs and you saw the Niners and how they just crushed them, is that because, Armstead, and Bosa and all the players that the Niners rotate on that front four, it was too much. So they need to get back into getting Pro Bowl players on the line. And obviously the defense is a work in progress. And they were streaky at the beginning of the year. They were great. Then they went a few games in the middle of the year that they weren't as good, all right? But I feel that the defense is a work in progress, but they are getting better. But keep building the defense. But to me, the O-line is a big issue, right? But even with that being said, if they don't make any adjustments, the Packers, right, and they just do what they normally do, they're still one of the best teams in the NFL. They're still a playoff team. And they're still a team that could get to an NFC championship game. They're that good because Aaron Rodgers is that damn good, right? But if you want to be able to get to the NFC championship game and win, you're going to need to get another weapon on the outside, maybe a tight end, a strong one, and one better than Jimmy Graham, right? Another weapon for Devontae Adams to put so much pressure on him, right? And then build that O-line. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest weakness on the Green Bay Packers to me is the offensive line. They need to build that. They build that. That makes Aaron Rodgers look better, Aaron Jones look better, Devontae Adams look better. But more importantly, it's going to make the head coach look like a genius by just having guys that can run block, pass protect, and getting guys that were like Bakhtiari and Bulaga when they were in their prime. And they don't have that anymore. And that's big facts. So, but Zadarius, Smith and the guys that they brought over, they definitely showed out. They played well for them, and that's big facts. Big Ben, MGJ plays. What to do, my guy? And I saw a little thing with AB saying he didn't realize how good he had it with Big Ben. Yeah, you fucking idiot. I don't know if he's on drugs or what the fuck he thought, going from him to Carr, and then obviously with Brady for like a week, and then now not even being in the league. Like, you didn't realize that Big Ben was a Hall of Famer? You just got so, big in your head. I mean, because he was the best wide receiver in the game for about 4 or 5 years in a row, so I guess that'll do it, to go from a guy that wasn't to a guy that was, on Madden covers and, a guy that was literally the best wide receiver in the game, competing with DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones, and then now Michael Thomas, year in and year out. And then you look back and you're like, wow, Big Ben, I might have not got along with him. And, Big Ben has maybe done some questionable things, right, off the field, motorcycle things with girls that maybe he shouldn't have done, some questionable things, right? We know what we're talking about, right? But when you look at him as the football player, Big Ben, no question, first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? And look at all the great wide receivers that the Steelers have had over the years. Hines Ward, Plaxico Burress. I mean, the list goes. Emmanuel Sanders, AB, Juju. I mean, you can go through over and over and over and over the list of like solid pieces the Steelers have had since Big Ben has been there, But I mean, sometimes too little, too late, right? But that's another team, we're going to have to see how they retool and rebuild. And that could be a team that, maybe people are sleeping on a little bit. But I love TJ Watt. I love everything that organization is doing. They got rid of the cancer in AB. Now it's just a matter of seeing Juju take his game to the next level and keep adding pieces to the O-line, the defense, and getting a few more weapons, for the Steelers. And we'll see where it goes. It's going to be a fun division with the Ravens, them, if Joe Burrow goes to the Bengals. It's going to be exciting. AFC North. Be a lot of fun matchups. They're going to be beating each other up. 77-72, Boston. Wow, what a shot. Stafford under Andy Reid. I mean, Stafford needs help too. I mean, there's a couple quarterbacks that, if they could just get a little bit of help. Baker Mayfield, Stafford. I mean, there's certain guys that have talent, but to take their game to the next level, even a Jameis Winston. I mean, shit, if you get Jameis Winston, I mean, I don't know what this corrective eye surgery thing, on what it's going to do, because it's all about, maybe he thought he had 8 wide receivers out there running down the field instead of 4, you know what I mean? But it's just those bad fucking throws into coverage and with no pressure. That's what makes Jameis Winston the bad quarterback that no one likes. You know what I mean? I can take the interceptions, you know what I mean? But I can't take them when they're not under pressure, right? And you're throwing it right to the defender. I mean, how many games can you lose in the fourth quarter that way before you say enough is enough, That's why, no one gives a shit about what he did at Florida State, But Marcus Mariota really hasn't, lived up to his name either, and I'm a Duck guy, right? But I'm not biased. He definitely has not lived up to his potential either, winning the Heisman, you know what I mean? But maybe he needs a second chance like Ryan Tannehill. Maybe Marcus Mariota needs to go to a place like New England to be able to revitalize his career, or somewhere else where he has someone that can cater a system like they did to Lamar Jackson with the Ravens. Maybe some team needs to cater their system to Marcus Mariota and to run that Oregon offense. And if you do that with an amazing O-line and great coaching, maybe you can get Marcus Mariota to be more consistent year in and year out. I mean, I got more faith in Marcus Mariota than Jameis Winston personally. Mariota's got a better arm, right? He can throw the deep ball probably better, but as far as decision-making, maturity, I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's Mariota all the way. Ooh. 79-75 Boston, third quarter, 4:28 left. But with this corrective eye surgery and obviously with the right discipline, you know what I mean? Maybe being in an organization that has more discipline, right? Like the Steelers, right? The Ravens, the Patriots, the Niners, Chiefs. someone that will hold you fucking accountable, you know what I mean, to what you're doing, then you got to be like, you're no longer the big man on campus anymore. If anything, you're the laughing stock of the NFL. You were the number one pick, right? And you throw so many interceptions, it's like comical. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Tampa Bay guy. You couldn't pay me to wear his jersey. You couldn't send me, money enough for me to go buy his jersey under any circumstance whatsoever. You know what I mean? But it's not only his play on the field, it's his actions off the field. It seems like he hasn't really matured yet. You know what I mean? And everyone matures at a different age, right? But maybe he needs to go to a different organization that'll hold him more accountable. But to be honest, he could be a guy that could be a Pro Bowl QB one day. I mean, Jameis Winston has the talent to throw for 30, 40, 43, 45 touchdowns in a season under the right system. He's going to throw a shitload of picks, but just imagine if, he ended up going to the right team with the right coaching. He could throw for 40 touchdowns and maybe 18 picks and lead his team to the playoffs. I'm not saying that's the Bucs, but, I mean, there's potential there. Just don't know if he'll ever live up to it. Nola says, my boy just finished up a song. That's what I like to hear. Grinding, man. My guy. Always grinding, man. I had to get my mentals right, young Nola. You know what I mean? I was sick for like 2 weeks. Then I was good for a week, right? Then I was sick again for another 2 weeks. Then I was going through some personal issues. Sort of get that depression, dog. Sort of getting down, right? But I'm back, right? I'm better than ever. Got the XFL videos out. Got the AEW live stream. You're doing the live stream on here. I feel good, man. Plus, it's like, when you have something that's your dream and something that you love, and then you're not doing it, you feel empty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, imagine if you went like a week or two without, remixing a song, or listening to beats, or listening to lyrics, or trying to, finish a song up. You feel empty. You know what I mean? If I didn't live stream, or if I didn't do a reaction video, or if I didn't vibe with the fans, you know what I mean? I feel something's like empty in my heart, like empty, So, you got something that you believe in yourself, never quit. Make sure your mentals are right. Like Marshawn Lynch said, make sure your chicken is right and your mentals is right, right? And as long as you're good there, keep pushing, right? Keep pushing. Yeah, young Nola does the music from the NO, baby. Nolans. He's not the only one that's got a 100K video. He got a 100K SoundCloud song. You feel me? That takes a lot of talent. Actually, it's over 102. Is it at 102K views on the one song that you remixed? 102K. I think that's the last post that I saw before your Insta. You took it down, right? But it was last at 102. It's probably at like 103 now or whatever. But last time I checked, it was at 102. So that's a big accomplishment, man. Just got to keep working on those other ones, and those other ones will gain views on SoundCloud as well. Grinding. SoundCloud, baby. Grinders got to support each other. That's what me and young Nola do. Support the grind. Surround yourself around people that are like you, the grinders. Hard work it's never easy, But it definitely makes it a little bit easier when you have people supporting you that are genuine, that really honestly want you to win, Especially when we get to a point where, we're established. You know what I mean? And money is not an issue. We're going to look back and be like, remember those days? The YouTube days and the SoundCloud days? We'll get a nice laugh out of it. You know what I mean? But, it'll be nice, to kind of go with the journey together, 103. There you go, my guy. Proud of you. That's big, bro. Now you're just going to have to find another beat that has that kind of same vibe. You know what I mean? That kind of up-tempo, that kind of hot fire beat, whether, it'd be a Future song or, whatever it is. You just have to go through all the different stuff. I know, obviously, Lil Wayne is your guy, and that's like the number one. But maybe going outside the spectrum a little bit and going through some of the other artists and trying to find another song to remix to. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain reason why that song has got quite a few more, views on SoundCloud than some of the others. But you'll find it. Absolutely. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics live, play-by-play and reactions by your boy Orion and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like Tony Grady did, $20. Aria, $4.99. Harbinger of Battle, $9.99. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, donate like they did. If you need to go to patreon.com/NWSF, you can donate there as well. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. And support my boy, Young Nola. Go to his SoundCloud, Young Nola. Subscribe to him. He's grinding too. You know, us grinders got to support each other. Go to his SoundCloud. Listen to his remixes. Enjoy them. We grinding. Always. Every day. 81-78 Boston. Third quarter, 3:40 left in the third quarter. Nice ball movement. Marcus Smart with the air ball. How are things going for you on the SoundCloud? Everything's going good for you, Nola? I know you, so what did you do? Did you just deactivate your Insta for a little bit? Take a break from it a little bit? Everything's good? Good. Good to hear, man. Yeah. And it's always good, like I said, when, like, you know, you actually have genuine people that really do care. You know what I mean? You did a little break. Yeah, it's good sometimes to get away from social media sometimes a little bit. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you can do all the promoting that you want. You know, listen to this song, you know, on SoundCloud. Listen to this one, you know. But maybe sometimes the message isn't really getting heard, or it's getting heard by people that are, like, saying, yeah, you know, I support you, I listen. Yeah, but you know that they're not listening. They're just saying it just to, you know, to be that person, to try to be that cool person, you know. Be a pretender, right? A pretender. Oh, I'm showing support. No, you're not. You're being fake. All the fakers out there, right? But it's all good, man. Ooh, nice shot. You know, not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna like me or you. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, when you get people like on here, if they like thumbs down the video, or, you know what I mean, or thumbs down a reaction video or a live stream, that shit don't bother me. You know, they're still watching. You can thumbs down all you want. But, you know, I already know that any video that I put out is going to be a good video. It's going to be all my energy, all my time, all my passion, all my energy. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I guess, you know, if people aren't happy with their own lives, right, that's why they're mean to other people. You know what I mean? If you're not happy with your own shit, then, of course, you're just going to be negative Nancy, and you're just going to be, you know, have that negative attitude, you know, towards other people, you know. But there's no reason to be negative towards someone that's really grinding towards something bigger. You know what I mean? Someone that's actually trying to do something bigger than the normal 8 to 5, 9 to 5. Someone that's trying to leave a legacy behind. You know, someone that's trying to make a name for themselves, like you and me. You know what I mean? So keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you. And my boy Brooks Beats, you know, he's grinding too, and it's exciting too, Noah, is because, you know, he was one of those guys that, like, you know, he got a lot of success early on when he was, you know, in his late teens, early 20s, you know what I mean? And then he started getting into like dirt biking and other hobbies that he had. And you know, it just was kind of one of those things. He's such an amazing beat maker. I just don't want him to throw that away. You know what I mean? Keep pushing and grinding, you know, on there. And then his beats, a lot of them we make together. Like, he'll come over to my place and we'll just, you know, drink some beers and, you know, we'll vibe. And, you know, on a Friday, it'll take us, you know, maybe about 20 minutes to an hour. And then we'll end up making a beat together, or multiple beats. And a lot of times we'll make like 2 or 3, you know, in a night. And it's fun, you know what I mean? And I can put my input on, you know, this bell here, you know, or this bass line here. And, you know, he's really starting to push out the beats and grind a bit more. And it makes me proud because, like I said, it's like, if you ever want to get discovered, you know, it's one thing you can do it as a hobby. But when I tell him, like, you know, you could be like a millionaire, man. You just got to keep putting in the grind and the work. And if he had like my work ethic, you know what I mean, and it's really started putting out enough beats, then we could put out a demo, send it out, you know what I mean, and all it takes is for that one rapper or that one artist, you know, to buy a beat for $5K, you know, $8K, $10K, to get the ball rolling, to get your name out there, you know what I mean. But his shit is fire, and a lot of it is done just based off his phone, you know what I mean, which makes it even more amazing. I told him I wanted to do a YouTube channel,
for me and him to show people how we make a beat just like off of his phone, and how it's like a fire beat. Like it could actually be a beat for like a rap artist or an R&B artist. And, he also has friends that have like beat pads and other equipment, but he doesn't really have the top of the line equipment yet. But, it's just awesome for me to see someone that if I can help inspire and have him, grind, even though he probably gets annoyed with me, all the time. I nag him, you know what I mean? But in the end, if once he gets discovered and once he gets, that check, he'll thank me in the long run, you know what I mean? And I don't want to let a talent that amazing just be lazy, because I don't want him to be like 40 and then look back and be like, damn, when I was 20 or 25, I was, such a fire beat maker. What happened to my life? I don't want him to ever think that. So, if I can inspire one person to go for their dreams and make a difference, then I've done a good job in my life, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, inspiring people and giving back and helping others, So it's awesome, man. So as long as he's grinding, you're grinding, I'm happy. You know what I mean? We just got to all keep grinding, keep supporting. Yeah, and like I said, he's dropped more on SoundCloud, and he's been working on beats more with me and with his friends than I've seen him in a long, long time. So it definitely puts a smile to my face, and I always tell him I'm proud of him, like genuinely. Even if I got to nag him, He's just way too talented. You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine if like you were doing it just like kind of a little bit, you know what I mean? And then you had other jobs that you were doing, whatever you were doing, like phone sales or car sales or whatever, right? And wouldn't it be nice to actually have a friend like push you, you know what I mean, if you were only doing it like a little bit of the time, to kind of give you that spark to be like, hey, I do need to believe in myself. I do need to push this, Not everyone can be, a remixer. Not everyone could be a YouTuber. Not everyone could be a beat maker, especially ones that, actually have it, have that special, that special it factor. So I feel you, man. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long road, right? But like I said, we're a team, man. We just got to keep supporting each other, keep grinding, man. And as long as you never quit, right? As long as you never quit, then it's going to happen. That's the bottom line. I mean, the people that don't try or quit, the dream isn't going to happen. But if you keep pushing, right, the right doors are going to open at the right time. Oh, what a throwdown. Wow. Tatum with the flush. Ooh, with the three, right back. Wow. 88-87, 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice sequence right there with the Tatum with the flush. And then the three from the Clippers on the next end. Do I think Kansas City will have what it takes to become a dynasty? They already are. Absolutely. This is I even made tweets before the Super Bowl that if the Chiefs win, this might be the beginning of Mahomes' era as being possibly the best quarterback of all time. And I'm not even joking. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think this is going to be the last time Andy Reid, gets a championship. And even if Andy Reid retires down the road, Mahomes still has that talent level where, he'll have the ability to rack up multiple championships. And with all the 5,000-yard seasons, and as long as they don't let too many pieces go away on the defense, they keep building, that core. They're going to have some up years, down years, but this could be, the first year of the dynasty for Mahomes. You know what I mean? And when Mahomes' career is over, let's say Mahomes plays 15 to 20 years, is it really that impossible to think that Mahomes might have 4 or 5 championships when it's all said and done? I mean, is it really that crazy to think? I don't think so. I think he's that damn good. So that's me personally. Nola says Saints going to the bowl, man. Man, they should have went this year. Yeah, and I was talking about the Saints earlier before you came into the room, Nola. You guys need to get Andrew Speet out of there. You guys need to work on your O-line. I know you guys need to get someone to complement Michael Thomas on the outside, but more importantly, you guys need O-line help and secondary help. You know what I mean? You need to be able to get secondary help and O-line help. Just get those pieces in line. Because Because the thing is, there's no reason that you should have lost to the Vikings. But it shows you when you have Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter, and they're two of the top 12 pass rushers in the league, and you can't stop them. It don't matter if you got Drew Brees. It don't matter if you got Taysom Hill, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Jared Cook. It didn't matter because Drew Brees didn't have enough time. When you need like 3 seconds to go through your reads, and he had 1.5, it shows you. I mean, you can have Hall of Fame QB, best wide receiver in the game, one of the most amazing running backs in the game with Alvin Kamara, an amazing tight end in Jared Cook that had a breakout year, but it didn't matter, right? Because the O-line didn't give Brees enough time, and that's why you lost, right? So you get rid of Andrews Pete, you start building that line. The weapons on the wide receivers, you can get those. The draft is very deep. There's like 10 amazing wide receivers that are going to be in this draft in the first and second round. Like amazing wide receivers. So if you could get like a stud offensive lineman, keep building the O-line, that's going to give you more long-term success. I mean, if you want short-term success, you can go for Jefferson. You can go for like a wide receiver for that short-term success. But again, if Taysom Hill or Brees don't have time to go to that receiver, you know what I mean? Or you get a really strong pass rush where you go against a team like the Vikings or the Niners, or a team that's really got a strong front four or front three, it's not going to matter, especially in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the league is now. It's a passing league, and you got to have a great O-line. Unless you got a guy like Patrick Mahomes, which not a lot of teams do. Club for life, what'd it do? Rob Parker, yeah. I feel you. What do I think about the Patriots? I don't think the Patriots are done, to be honest, because if Brady comes back, you still got Josh McDaniels. The rumor is they may try to bring in like an A.J. Green or a Hunter Henry. And if you bring in a Hunter Henry, right, bring in an A.J. Green and draft a tight end, like maybe the Randy Moss's son from LSU, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they're done. I really don't. You know what I mean? And I'm not a Patriot lover. I call it right down the middle just on how I see it. But just imagine that scenario. Randy Moss's son, the tight end from LSU, goes to the Patriots. They get Hunter Henry from the Chargers to the Patriots. They run a double tight end set when they had Gronkowski, right, and Aaron Hernandez back in the day, and how great that worked, right? You bring Tom Brady back, even though he's old as fuck. You keep building that O-line. You keep building that defense. Who's to say that they can't win 10 games, right, and make the playoffs again and make a run? Especially if the Chiefs can't keep all their players in free agency, right? And we'll see what the Ravens do and the Steelers and the Bills and a few other teams, right, in the AFC. But they're still going to be considered a top 4 team in the AFC, especially if they bring in A.J. Green to pair up with Julian Edelman, Hunter Henry, draft Randy Moss's son at tight end. I mean, they could be kind of dangerous because it wasn't really Brady's fault that they were losing a lot of these games. It was the O-line and the lack of weapons and the defense. Right? The defense was really strong at the beginning of the year, and then they fluttered, and then they got a little bit better at the end of the year, but they just couldn't protect Brady and give him enough time, right? And they didn't have enough weapons out there. They didn't have that third down security blanket in Gronk anymore. That's me watching the tape, and I do a lot of reading. As you know, I read a lot, around 6 to 8 hours a day, and I read about all the teams, so I'm always looking, and reading about every single team, every single player, every single free agent. I'm a Northwest sports fanatic. What can I say? You know what I mean? But I don't think they're done, unfortunately. I know we want them to be done. We want to move on, but they didn't win the Super Bowl this year, right? Well, who doesn't, Nathan? Who doesn't? Everyone does, unless you're a fan of them, right? Everyone does. And everyone usually hates the Cowboys too, right? Am I right? I mean, most of the time, the people don't like the Cowboys and people don't like the Patriots, right? If you can name 2 teams that you don't like, those are the teams that you don't like, unless you have a connection with some of the players on those teams, or you're from that area, or you have family from that area. I mean, those are the 2 hated teams, and they have been for the last 15 years, 20 years. That's facts. But I give respect where respect is due. You know what I mean? You like that, Club for Life? Quote of the year, even though Tom Brady is old as fuck. He is. Wasn't all his fault, though. Especially if they had Gronk. If Gronk didn't retire, shit, they probably could have made the AFC Championship game, to be honest. But they needed more than that. And their running game wasn't as strong as it was in years past, and that was a big bugaboo. That was a big problem, because they really could lean on handing the ball off to get those short third down, 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s, right? But this year it was like 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7, and Tom couldn't find, those open guys. And all of a sudden you jam Edelman at the line. Who do you go to on 3rd down that you trust? They didn't really have too many guys that he could trust game in and game out. So, we'll see. Fourth quarter, Boston Celtics 94, Clippers 91. Kemba Walker bringing the ball up the floor. We got the Clippers and the Celtics live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan, the best on fucking YouTube, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can on here or through patreon.com/NWSF. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Tony Grady, $20 donation. My boy, Las Vegas Raiders. Aria from Laker Nation, $4.99. Harbinger of Battle. Chiefs Kingdom all day, $9.99. Much love, man. That's amazing. Love it, man. $35 in donations. Love it, man. Absolutely love it. Club for Life said, Ryan, watch your fucking mouth. 96-93 Boston. Ooh, I just got a recommended Blueface. Obama. Featuring DaBaby? I don't know who it is. And I know Drake came out with a remix that was supposed to have Baby, Lil Baby, and DaBaby. I'm always looking to see what new songs are coming out for hip-hop every week. I'm always on top of that. Ooh, Montrez. Ooh, rejected. Montrezl Harrell says, get out of here. That was his best Zion impression right there. Dikembe Mutombo impression. Nice block. Get that out of here. Nice. I love it. But I hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. We talking NBA, we talking NFL, we talking college football, we talking wrestling. We're talking about anything you want to talk about. But we do got a good game right now, Clippers and Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Appreciate every single one of y'all watching with me right now. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow and Saturday. Hopefully get a couple live streams in for the XFL. And then obviously we have Sunday. We have the All-Star game, but I'll be at NXT TakeOver Portland. So I'll try to do maybe some live from when I'm at the event. Hopefully if my phone has good enough internet inside the modem. And we got really good seats right there on the floor, right down on the ramp when the wrestlers are walking to the ring. I'm so stoked. It's going to be insane. First time we had a wrestling pay-per-view in like 10 years come to Portland, and it's an NXT TakeOver. So takeovers are lit. It's going to be an amazing event. Nice board. Let's go. Club for Life. Imagine Muggsy Bogues guarding Yao Ming. Hey, man, I've been watching basketball since 1985, so I've seen it all, man. Muggsy Bogues going against Manute Bol. George Mirasan. Sean Bradley. Your boy knows. All right, Kawhi, it's about time for Kawhi to take over. They're only down by 3 with, 8 minutes left? Plenty of time for Kawhi to start taking over in this game. 98-95, Boston.
Ever since we moved here, I've been noticing it. I think the house is changing him.
You're 13. Okay. A little bit of an age gap. Your boy's 37. So, I've been watching since 1985. Born in 82, you know what I mean? So, a lot of sports I've been watching. I've seen all the greats. Magic, Jordan, Bird, Wayne Gretzky, Griffey. I mean, you name it, I've seen it. So, that's crazy, man. The sports back in when I was younger, so much different. So many better athletes back in NBA, NFL, baseball, hockey, all sports were so much better in the 80s and 90s than they are now. It's like not even close. Like the athletes that they have now, it's almost comical. Not even close. You had some of the greatest of all time to ever play the game in the 80s and 90s. And that was the era that I grew up in, so. Almost 6 foot, huh? Man, you getting big, bro. 13, almost 6 foot? Okay. You never realized how many people dunked on Ewing? Did you see that Scottie Pippen tweet when they were going over him being one of the judges in the dunk contest? Did you see that on Twitter? Yeah. Do you have a Twitter account, Nathan? Because they've been showing that all day. Pippen dunking on Ewing. Yeah, there's been quite a few. Now, there's been some epic Knicks-Bulls matchups back in the day with Ewing and John Starks and Jordan and Pippen. Yeah, there's been some crazy. The game was way more physical back then, and that's the way that I liked it. It's really soft now. But, yeah, Ewing and David Robinson and Olajuwon and John Stockton, Chris Mullin, Drexler, Jordan, Bird, Magic. I mean, even the mid-level players, Kendall Gill, Hersey Hawkins, they were way better than a lot of the guys that are out now. Jeff Hornacek. It's crazy, man. But I guess that's, the NBA and the NFL, it goes in waves, with talent. But for me, the NBA, it really hasn't been the same since, Kobe retired. Like after Jordan retired, there was a big gap. And then after Kobe retired, I mean, yeah, you got guys like Giannis and stuff, but I don't know, it's not really the same type of game as it used to be. But yeah, I agree, man. There's been a lot of people that have dunked on Ewing. But Ewing was solid, man. He was one of the best centers ever. I used to watch Ewing in Georgetown. It shows you how old I am. I used to watch him at Georgetown when he was in college, just dominate. I mean, Ewing was. He put New York on the map for the Knicks, and it was just kind of unfortunate that they never, could get the ring. But it was, always Michael Jordan or someone else that, was the one that got in the way. Jordan got in the way of the Sonics. Jordan got in the way of Malone and Stockton. Jordan got in the way of Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Charles Barkley and the Suns. Yeah, so he made it definitely difficult when you had a player that great, Michael Jordan and Pippen, back in the day. And Phil Jackson. Bad shot. 98-95 with 8 minutes left. Come on, Clippers. Let's see if Boston can hold them off or if the Clippers are going to go on their run. Nice steal. Nice defense. Nice strip steal. Fast break. Ooh, nice block. Tatum all the way, baby. Oh. Woo, there we go. Gordon Hayward with the rebound. The Any Greatest Dunks Ever video you watch Ewing is on there getting dunked on at least 3 times. Yeah. He's had some good poster dunks too himself, though. If you go back and look at Ewing highlights on YouTube, I mean, he was a monster, bro. Especially Ewing in his prime. They had Ewing, they had Derek Harper, John Starks, Charles Oakley. Man, they had a squad back in the day. Ooh, nice steal. Woo! 3 from the corner? Wow. Off balance with the 3. That was nice. Okay, Marcus Smart. confidence right there to pull up and make that. Timeout Clippers. 103-95 starting to pull away. We got Los Angeles Clippers versus the Boston Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Orion and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Tony Grady, Aria, and Harbinger of Battle did. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. You can also donate at patreon.com/NWSF. Did I know a Manute Bol broke his teeth for dunking in Sudan? His jaw hit the rim. Yeah, well, Manute Bol was one of those guys I always watched back in the day. There's a nice highlight if you go back and look at YouTube and watch Manute Bol when he got really hot and he started making those threes. There was like one game where he made like 7 or 8 threes with his long, lanky, It was just crazy to see someone with that stroke, at 7'6", 7'7", get on fire from 3, but he was always a guy that I rooted for, and obviously his son Bol went to Oregon, so I always root for Manute Bol and his son. But yeah, I mean, guys, if you're 7'7", anything can happen, right? You definitely could. You probably could just dunk without even jumping with his long arms, right? Especially anyone that's 7'4" and taller, and you got long arms. Ooh, Popeyes, that looked good. Popeyes chicken sandwich. Your dad met him and Muggsy in the same night? Wow. Really? When? Like in the 90s? That's crazy. Muggsy being like one of the shortest of all time, and then Manute one of the tallest of all time. That would have been a picture. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Gavin says, are you going to react? Definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wait for Marcus so when he has time to be able to come in and do it. I was really sick for 2 weeks, and then I was good for about a week, and then I started to get sick again and then had some personal issues. And then I definitely wanted to do a live stream for the Super Bowl, and I wanted to do the reaction like right after. But like I said, I could have already put it out, like 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago, but I'd rather do it with him together, because, we usually try to do as many, football live streams and reaction videos together. Sometimes I'll end up doing the solo thing, but we definitely are going to be able to put it out sometime in the very, very near future. And like I said, the fan base is waiting, you know what I mean? Because obviously they want to see what we have to say, about the game, our nicknames, the way that we call the game, and our kind of perspective on it. So we definitely are going to do it, but I just want to wait for him for that particular video. It's something that it's the Super Bowl. It's the last video for the NFL for the season, and I just wouldn't feel right just doing it without him. So we are going to do it. It's just a matter of when he can, come in and put in the time to be able to have us do it together. So, and I know there was a time where he wanted to come in a little while ago, but I was sick, and we both were sick for, a week to 2 weeks with a really bad flu. So he didn't want to come over, and possibly get sick again because the flu that's been going around here has been pretty bad. So we would have had it done, probably a day or 2 or 3 days after the Super Bowl. That was the game plan, but it just didn't work out at that time. But we will get it done. I promise. And it'll be a good video too, because we want to definitely have that for our library. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not trying to, exclude him, from something like that. Because I could always do 2 videos, do one by myself and one with him. But what's the point? We want to do it together. So it just was unfortunate that, I got sick and he got sick, and especially around the time of the year where I wanted to do the live stream. I wanted to do the reaction video. I wanted to honestly do both. I lost out on, a fun opportunity, to get that done on Super Bowl Sunday. But like I said, you got to make sure that, you're okay mentally, and if mentally I wasn't okay, and, at the time, I got to take care of me, first. So But we definitely will be getting that out sooner than later. I was kind of hoping that he was going to come over today, but we'll see. We'll see when he'll be able to come through. Maybe next week, maybe Monday. I'm hoping, but I mean, it's up to him. So, went to a meet and greet at a bar that your dad went to. Oh, crazy! That's awesome, man. But trust me, Gavin, you're not the first one to ask, and you won't be the last one to ask. And, it's been something that I've been thinking about a long time. I've already watched the Super Bowl like 3 times. I have it on the DVR, and you know what I mean? I want to do the video, but I just got to wait. It's the right thing to do. Jason Tatum with the technical foul. 103-99. Clippers making a little bit of a run. And plus, I was going through some personal stuff, too, so things have been kind of tough, in the last couple weeks. But I'm finally starting to feel good again, so. Ooh, nice dunk. Let's go. Jason Tatum with the flush. Ooh, nice hustle by the Clippers. 105-99 Boston. They've led the whole way. We got Los Angeles Clippers versus the Boston Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. It'd be much appreciated. Tony Grady, Arya, and Harbinger of battle did. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Pitchy, pitchy, woo, woo. You from the Northwest? Where you live? Where you live, Club for Life? I'm here in Oregon. Big dog, where you at? You in Washington or you in Oregon? Where you at, my dog? I'm close to Beaverton, Nike headquarters. Where are you at? Ooh, that was a foul. No call there for Hayward. Lou Will, ooh, for 3. No good. Look at the hustle from Montrezl Harrell. That's why I think the Clippers can win the championship, is when you see plays like that where you got that hustle guy, that Ben Wallace guy, that Dennis Rodman kind of guy, that guy that always hustles, that never gives up, is always putting 110% effort. He might not be the best shooter, you know what I mean, but he's always going to give you effort. He's always going to be able to rebound. He's always going to be able to block shots and put his body on the line, and I love that about the Clippers. Oh, Northeast. Okay. Autocorrect. How dare you? Okay. What part of the Northeast? Where you at? Yeah, so we on the opposite side of the country, my dog. Massachusetts. Okay. I see you're a PS4 guy in your tag. I'm a PS4 guy too. I'm a PlayStation guy from the very beginning. PS1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to be 5 too. But I don't have a whole lot of time to play just because I'm working so much. Grinding and reading. Researching. Tape watching. 105-101. Montrezl Harrell on the line. There we go, 105-102. 5 minutes left. Good game. It's almost time, that Kawhi time. Ooh, you were born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Canadian, eh? Okay. How long have you lived in Massachusetts for, my guy? I always like to get in touch, with the fans and, the people that subscribe to the channel, the people that come into the chat and vibe. I like to get to know them. That's cool, man. Yeah, I don't think I have too many fans that are from Canada. A few, but not too many. Somewhere I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to visit Canada. Ooh, Lou Will. Gosh, unstoppable. There we go. 105, 104. 25 points for Lou Will, a guy that can come off the bench and be that sixth man, be that starter, be that guy that you can lean on if Paul George or Kawhi is not cutting it. Freaking love it, man. Most of your life. Okay. Got a little update on my phone. Myles Garrett again says Rudolph used a slur. Are we over that already? Who cares? Who cares? That's so old news. It's like they reinstated him already. Who cares? Marv Albert and Kevin McHale with the call. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, 105-104. Clippers easing their way back into the game live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. How long I've been watching? Longer than you've been alive. 1985. It's a long time. So what, 35 years? Is that a long time, club? So I've been watching it since the birth, since Andre the Giant, since Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Legion of Doom, The Rockers, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Doink the Clown, to WCW, to ECW. So from the very beginning, man. Ooh, nice rebound. Horrible box out by the Clippers there, but great effort by Boston. You're an Ultimate fan. I am too, man. I haven't missed a Monday Night Raw in like 25 years. I watch every Monday Night Raw, every NXT, every SmackDown, and every AEW on Wednesday night. Like, no joke. I love wrestling just as much as I love the NFL and college football. No joke. For me, it's like NFL, college football, wrestling, and then like MLB, NBA, and then all the others. But definitely I love NFL and college football just as much as I love wrestling. This has been a big part of my life, and I'll never stop watching or going to events or collecting. You know, I collect a lot of the figures, elite figures, regular figures, belts, merch, headbands, you know, T-shirts, vintage stuff, you know. Nice. And it's cool because if you have the network, you know, or, you know, obviously, or you just go on YouTube, you can go back and see some of the old school stuff before you were born to kind of get familiar on how, you know, wrestling was before you were born. You know what I mean? To kind of get an idea of what it was like. Get your history down. When I was a kid, I used to go to like Blockbuster Video, right? When they had places where you could rent videos, which they don't really have anymore. And I would rent all the old WWF, like Royal Rumbles, WrestleManias from the 80s, and just stay up all night long and just watch them 3 hours at a time. And it was like the best thing of my life, like at that time, you know, to be like 10, 12, 13 years old, you know, like around your age, and just sit there all night and just watch pay-per-view after pay-per-view on VHS, and just watch the old school guys go at it. It was fucking awesome, man. Ooh, missed the three. 109. We're knotted up. All right, let's see if the Clippers can take the lead. Out of control right there. Now Lou Will with the ball. He can make it happen. Shake and bake. Crossover for three. Nope, no good. 2:40 and counting left. It's going to go down to the wire here. Good game. Two contenders. Boston in the East. Tatum for three. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice shot. Love Jason Tatum's game. Great player. One of the best players in the NBA. Really fun to watch. The Brood. There we go. The Corporate Ministry. Rock and Sock. Natural Disasters. There you go. There's some name dropping for you. Earthquake and Typhoon. Demolition. Legion of Doom. That's what you need to watch. Go back and watch Legion of Doom. Talk about a tag team that you'll like. That's if Legion of Doom was out now and like current wrestling, God, they would be just so popular. But if you love wrestling, you should watch AEW, man. I'm telling you. If you like tag team wrestling, the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, off the chain. Kenny Omega, Adam Hangman Page, insane. AEW's got a better product than WWE right now, too. But if you watch the Young Bucks, that's my favorite tag team right now. I think they're the best out of any federation right now. They're off the chain. You were at AEW once? AEW's fire. I wish they would come to Oregon. I would go all the time. Big turnover. Tatum. Beautiful shot. ROW? You like the Jurassic Express? Yeah? You like them? Luchasaurus? Jungle Boy? Nathan, not so much. I mean, I try to watch some of the other federations, but I try to stick mostly just with AEW and WWE. I mean, I was really big in ECW and WCW when they were around. But every once in a while, I'll watch some, Japanese wrestling or some lucha wrestling. You know what I mean? But it just depends on how much time I have. But normally, I'll just stick with the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW Dynamite for now. All right, 1 minute left. But I miss like RVD and Sabu, in the ECW days back in the day. And then the WCW, NWO days. Cruiserweight division. Ooh! Big three. You want to be like Luchasaurus and get a master's degree in medieval history? 114 all. Nice steal. Slow it down. Slow it down, Lou Will. Timeout. There you go. All right, we got Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, like Tony Grady, Arya, and Harbinger of Battle did. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate every single one of y'all in the building, watching the game with me, talking wrestling, talking NBA, talking NFL. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Game is almost over. And like I said, I appreciate you guys a lot. You know what I mean? I need this in my life. Like I said, I love being able just to hang out and talk with you guys. The first couple years when we did the channel, we just did reaction videos, so there was no live streaming. So I feel like I need to do a lot of it to kind of catch up on the time that I missed vibing with the fans. And I really do appreciate you guys a lot. Reality of Wrestling. ROW, no. Is it good? Where do they wrestle out of? The United States, or is that obviously that's like a lower promotion? Where are they based out of? I've heard of like Ring of Honor and some of these other federations, TNA, but is that a federation or is that like a documentary? What is it? Let me know. Is that like a reality show of wrestling, like behind the scenes? Educate me. let me know. $114 all, 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We got ourselves a great game tonight on TNT. Celtics, Clippers. Let's see if the Clippers can take the lead. This would be a big win on the road. And guess who? Kawhi Leonard with the ball. And that's who you want to have the ball at the end of the game. Got to trust his decision-making. Oh, they bring the double. Offensive foul. Oh, offensive foul on Kawhi Leonard. You don't see that too often. Aces and eights from TNA. Wow, now you're going way back. Man, how often do you see Kawhi Leonard at the end of the game get an offensive foul? Almost never. And they're stretching this game out quite a bit. But it's pretty crazy, though, because we are getting closer and closer to the NBA All-Star Weekend, and that, to me, is the second best weekend for All-Star festivities. You know, I like MLB's, Home Run Derby and the MLB All-Star Game first, by far. And then I think NBA All-Star Weekend is second, and obviously NHL third. And then, obviously the Pro Bowl is a kind of a joke, at fourth. But obviously with the three-point contest, the dunk contest, skills competition, it should be pretty fun. I am excited to see that. And I'm also excited to actually see the All-Star Game, and I'm a little disappointed that NXT TakeOver Portland is on around the same time. But, you know what I mean? It's the first time wrestling has been here in like 10 years, so I know I'm going to enjoy it. I can record it on the DVR, and I'll watch it later that night when I get home. So, and plus the teams are really lopsided. LeBron's team has got all the great players, and Giannis's team has got all the B players, so I don't really know how close the game really is going to be unless Giannis's players just go off from like three to kind of keep it close. But, I mean, it could get ugly. It's definitely very one-sided. Giannis does not know how to be a GM and pick players, and that's facts. And it's not even close. Like, if you look at the rosters, I don't know if you guys have checked them out, but it's almost like laughable on how one-sided LeBron's team is compared to Giannis's team. Nathan says, I think someone told them to pick those players. Well, it's not supposed to be like that, right? It's almost like Western Conference, Eastern Conference. And what I do want them to do is I want them to go back and wearing their team jerseys instead of having East-West jerseys. I want them to go back to when they had the All-Star Game where they would wear their own team jerseys. I like that concept better, me personally. And I don't want any team captains to pick, But I guess the East versus West, I mean, the West is really lopsided. The West has got a lot of, the better players. East has some, but it's, All right, Boston with the ball. Clippers with the foul. 5 seconds left. We're knotted up at 114. It's like, stop calling fucking timeout already. Let's just get this game over with. It's like here in the last 30 seconds, there's been 10 timeouts and commercial breaks. It's like, just let the game go so we can see who's going to get the game-winning shot. Marcus Smart or Tatum or Kemba Walker. Yeah, and it's not even close. The roster, when I saw them pick the teams, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, how does LeBron have all the Hall of Fame players and all the up-and-coming amazing players, and then Giannis has got all the B players? He still has some decent guys on his team, but nowhere near the talent of LeBron's team. It's almost comical, but I guess. Yeah, LeBron was thinking. But, I mean, you don't even really have to think that much. You know what I mean? Based off talent, I mean, it just depends on if you're going player for player, Go for one of the top guys. I mean, if Anthony Davis, I'm not sure if he was the first guy that LeBron picked. Then you go try to, if you're Giannis, get like Luka. Get someone big. Get a big name guy. Don't go for like Embiid. Someone that's in the East. You can get that guy much later. Go for one of the bigger name superstars. But what do I know? Go for a Kawhi Leonard. Go for the big name guys. But I guess it is what it is. I think it's rigged. Yeah. Because they want to do the whole Kobe tribute or whatever. And it's in Chicago. Kemba Walker. 3, 2, 1. Floater. Oh, and he missed it. Going to overtime. Kemba Walker. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Good game so far. Kemba Walker with a game-winning shot. Just didn't go down. We're knotted at 114 with just a little bit more time to play. Shout out to Tony Grady, $20 donation earlier today. Aria Damavandi, $4.99 donation. I know it's not much, but I'll try and give you what I can because I see your grind. Hard work pays off. Appreciate that. And Harbinger of Battle, $9.99. Much love. And much love back. Appreciate you. Well, we got a little bit more time left for this game. You don't think the game itself is rigged, but the whole players picking their teammates part? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they should just keep it Western Conference, Eastern Conference. Let them wear their jerseys. Just do it how they used to do it when I was a kid. You know what I mean? They keep just trying to change the system and trying to, be like new age, like 2020, try to do this new cool hip thing, but if anything, it makes it, not as appealing to a lot of people. But I don't know. What do I know? But I don't know. The NBA All-Star Game is kind of – they always say, oh, they're going to play defense. They're going to play defense, like the Pro Bowl. They're going to tackle, but they never do. You'll see a little bit of defense in the fourth quarter. But then the NBA All-Star Game, I just wish they played hard. They actually played defense. They get it, that they go there to see a show, but you don't pay for an exhibition. It's not the Harlem Globetrotters. If you want to see people spinning the ball on their finger and doing 360 dunks, go see the Harlem Globetrotters. I want to see a game. You know what I mean? I'd rather see a competitive, slap the floor, play defense type of game than just some shitty defense where they're just throwing the ball off the backboard and, no one's playing D for 3.5 quarters. But I guess that's what they want to do. Have that kind of just lazy, take it easy kind of mode before they get into the back end of the season. But I hope everyone's having a good Thursday night. We're almost at the weekend. We're going to have some nice NBA All-Star festivities this weekend. We're going to have some XFL this weekend, so a lot to look forward to. And then we're getting closer and closer to the Combine, NFL Draft, so that'll be exciting, March Madness. So we're getting closer and closer to a lot of fun things as we're waiting for the NFL to come back. But in the meantime, we got to supplement the different things with other fun events till we get there. And we're also getting closer to WrestleMania season, which I'm excited for as well. Nice pass. That's a foul. Tracy, what to do? Like I said, I'm not too sure. At home, like I said, I was sick for a couple weeks and then good for a week, and then I was sick again for a couple weeks. A couple weeks back, Marcus was sick. So, I try to do as many reaction videos and live streams as possible. And, if he can come through, great. But if he isn't able to come through, I still got to, put out the material.
but hopefully he'll be able to come through maybe Monday, I'm hoping. Tao saying hidden weapons, so they did incentivize them with a winner's bonus, but 100K isn't much to the All-Star. Exactly. Like that's like chump change to them, right? Just have them go back to Western Conference, Eastern Conference format. Let them wear their own jerseys. You know, go back to the old school ways. Oh, Montrezl Harrell with the brick. It's been a good game on TNT. They chose a good one. 2 solid teams, 2 playoff teams, 2 teams that can make a push for the Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals. The Clippers are one of the top 3 teams in the league, in my opinion, with the Lakers and the Bucks, and they definitely are a contender to be an NBA champion at the end of the year. I think Boston is decent, but I don't think they're in the same category as the Clippers, the Lakers, or the Bucks as far as today. But we got a good game so far, 117, 114. Clippers finally taking the lead and getting a little bit of an edge, which they've been pretty much down this whole game. But they've been scrapping, they've been clawing, they've been fighting, they've been coming back. We got Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Tony Grady did $20. Aria $4.99. Harbinger of Battle $9.99. That's love. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. 117, 116 Clippers. Montrezl Harrell always grinding. God, he reminds me of Ben Wallace. I love his energy. I love his grind. I love his grit. And if the Clippers end up winning the championship, a big reason is going to be Montrezl Harrell. He is that guy that never gives up, is always scrapping. He's always near the ball. He's always getting rebounds, blocking shots. He's always sacrificing his body for the loose ball. And you need those type of players in the NBA to win a championship. And I don't think the Lakers have one of those guys. I'm not sure if the Bucks have one of those guys either. Not the way that Montrezl Harrell hustles and plays the game. You know, you need that Dennis Rodman, that Ben Wallace type of guy. Sometimes dirty at times, maybe throwing a little elbows, maybe more than he should, but he's always scrapping. And I can really appreciate about Montrezl Harrell and that part of his game. Great player. Not the best scorer, not the smoothest player out there, but he's always hustling. And obviously he needs to work on his free throws, as you can see. Missed on the front end. But I can take that, man. I'll take some misses at the free throw line for that hustle. 10 for 13 tonight. Not bad. Not bad. All right, bend your knees, Montrez. Oh, 10 for 14. Keeping it close. Clippers only up by 117, 116. 3:35 left in overtime. Ooh, Tatum trying to go for the and one. Love Tatum's game. Has really improved every single season. And now they have a nice 1-2 punch with him and Kemba Walker, since Kyrie didn't want to be there anymore. All right, Tatum. See if he makes 2 to take the lead for the Celtics. First one is up. Nothing but net. Knotted up at 117. I knew this game was going to be good when I saw it on paper. And when I saw it this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm going to definitely live stream this game. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be overtime good. Oh, in and out on the second free throw. But I knew it was definitely going to come down to the wire. Okay, overtime. Knotted at 117. Lou Will with the ball. Shaking, dancing. Floater. Woohoo! Lou Will. Let's go. Nathan says, I feel like Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, no matter how much they improve, they'll always be one step beneath Mahomes. Agreed. Mahomes is, the best quarterback in the league, and he's got the potential to be
one of the greatest of all time when his career is all said and done. I mean, obviously you're going to have Deshaun Watson's more of that pocket QB, that guy that could be a perennial Pro Bowler year in and year out, make some amazing plays, with his feet and with his eyes, but he's not as consistent. And Lamar's one of those guys that's not as accurate as Mahomes, right? He can use his legs, but at some point, being reckless with your legs like Lamar Jackson is at times, he might tear an ACL or a PCL or an MCL, and that might, bring his career back a little bit. But they're both great talents, you know what I mean? But will Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done? We don't know yet. We don't know yet what type of career they're going to have and if they're going to be in that Hall of Fame worthy conversation when their career is over. But with Mahomes, you better believe he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? He's already going to have so many rings, so many 5,000-yard seasons. And if I had to take a guess, if he played 15 to 20 years, the minimum amount of Lombardies that Mahomes is going to have is 3. And that's on the low end. And that's probably going to like 4 or 5, maybe winning 3 and losing a couple. But, I could see definitely Mahomes winning 3 to 5 Lombardies by the time his career is over. And who knows, maybe more. Just depending on how long Andy Reid stays. And, woo, Moore's for 3. It all depends on how many players they can keep together. But this is the beginning of a nice little dynasty. They made the AFC Championship game, lost the coin toss, almost had it the year before, got the Super Bowl this year, right? And they have a nice, string of maybe another, 3, 4, 5 strong years, and then obviously with free agency, and we're going to have to see Mahomes' health and Andy Reid if he's still coaching at that point. But, woo, Lou Will, he's on fire. Fire. Yeah, but I agree, Nathan. He's special. And to be honest, I don't think that Lamar Jackson or Watson will not even be in the Russell Wilson category, or Aaron Rodgers category. Those guys are good, but they're never going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Great players, lots of potential. They could still get Super Bowls. Maybe Lamar Jackson can get a Super Bowl. I'm not sure about Deshaun Watson and the Texans. I'm not sure if they'll ever be good enough to get to an AFC Championship game or Super Bowl. They got a long ways to go, unless he goes to a different team. But Lamar Jackson, he's got a shot for them to get to the Super Bowl and win at some point. But all that running around scares me, for him personally. God, Lou Will is just on fire. 34 points off the bench. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's go. Leading the fucking whole game in scoring, even over Tatum with 33, and Lou Will's off the bench. Montrezl Harrell 20 off the bench. That's why I think the Clippers can win the championship, period. You got 2 guys that could be 6 men, on any team. You got 2 guys that could be starting on almost any team in the league, and the Clippers have the benefit of having both those guys on the bench, and they're both strong, and they both are consistent. 124, 123. A minute left. Go to Tatum or Kemba. Nice up and under. Woo! Let's go. Great play by Tatum. That's just a great basketball IQ by the young stud, Jason Tatum, right there. That was beautiful. Nice to take the lead with less than a minute left. 125, 124 in OT. Look at this move again. All right? Let me just get right past you there. Beautiful basketball move. Yeah. Let's go. We got Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics. Live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. It'd be much appreciated either on here or patreon.com/NWSF. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate you guys, everyone that's in the building, everyone that came by and dropped a comment and watched the game with me. It's been a great one today. We've had a lot of discussions today about NBA, NFL, college football, wrestling, AEW, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, we talked about it all. We've talked about free agency, the draft, and it's always a good show. It's always a good live stream with the fan base because we're all fanatics and we all love the same thing. We all love sports, the fanatic family in the building. I'm excited to see how this game ends here. Put the ball in Kawhi's hands or Lou Will. Who do you go to here if you're the Clippers? Who do you go to? Lou Will's got the hot hand. Do you give it to him? Maybe. All right, here we go. Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, Kawhi Leonard, fade away. Short. Ha! I would have went to Lou Will right there. I know it's Kawhi Leonard, and he's one of the greatest of all time already. He just hasn't been on. I think Boston might run away with this now in overtime. Tatum all the way with the layup. That might be the nail in the coffin right there. 127, 124. 24 seconds left. This one might be over. Clippers got enough guys that can shoot threes to tie it up, but we're getting closer and closer to this game being over. Nice layup by Tatum. Nice ball control, body control. And that's against Kawhi Leonard. Let's not forget. That's not someone that doesn't know how to play defense. That's against one of the best in the league. One of the best two-way players in the league in Kawhi Leonard. Very impressive for a young NBA player like Jason Tatum. I see you. Tatum? Okay. What a great game. Clippers, Celtics in overtime. Going down to the wire. All right, let's see the Clippers game plan if they go for the quick two and the foul to try to stretch the game out, or if they just go for the three and just try to see if they can tie it immediately. Lou Will, 34 points, 14 for 31, 3 for 9 from deep. Jason Tatum, 37, 13 for 20, 5 for 8 from long range. What a game. What a game. These are the type of games the NBA needs, to start getting some of their fan base back too. But unfortunately, they just don't have the same kind of star power as the NFL, unfortunately. But we are getting into the All-Star break, so this is a nice way to kind of lead in to All-Star weekend. All right, let's see what they do. Oh! Lou Will from 3 and 1. Are you kidding me? 4-point play? Are you kidding me? They're discussing it right now. Oh, my God. Let's watch this again. Oh, he's so money from deep, Lou Will. One ref says it's good, and the other one's waving it off. How are you going to wave that off? You're not going to give him the continuation on there? First, you got the Kawhi Leonard offensive foul in the fourth quarter. Wow. Nathan with the ha 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 ha. Dude, Lou Will is going crazy. He's like, I got 2 girlfriends. It's going to be at 3 after this game. He's losing his mind. I don't care if it's Valentine's Day Eve. That was an and 1. You're killing me. Dude, that would have been a huge 4-point play. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo! Right back with the 3. Wow. What a game. Are you kidding me? 127 all. In overtime. Even the Clippers going through all this adversity, getting screwed on a couple plays, still finding a way to come back. Wow. Tatum? No? Double overtime. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Louisville. Crazy. I knew this game was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. But this will make the Clippers tougher. You know, sometimes you got to go through that adversity, you know what I mean, during the season. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it wasn't even Lou Will that took the shot. Crazy. Lou Will is going nutty. Losing his mind. What a game, though, huh? I know a lot of people probably aren't watching this game. They're like, fuck the NBA. I don't care. They're really missing out on a good one. They should be hopping in the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Like watching the game. This would be a good one to watch. I mean, even if you're an NFL guy or a college football guy, you know what I mean? As far as like NBA games are concerned, this has been one of the best ones I've seen all year. Like, no joke. Double overtime. I know I chose a good one. Okay. Los Angeles Clippers versus Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Double overtime, Lou Will losing his mind, saying, I got 2 girlfriends, I'm going to have about 2 more after tonight. I'm not going to buy him any jewelry. I don't give a fuck. I should have had a 4-point play. The game should be over, right? He's losing his mind, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't get all the calls to go your way. What a game. Unbelievable. But the Clippers are always fighting, trying to keep their composure the best they can. Clippers, Celtics going into double overtime. Yeah, what a game. Crazy. Shout out to Tony Grady, $20 donation. Aria Damavandi, $5 donation. And Harbinger of Battle, $9.99 donation. That's some love. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And if you can donate and support your boy, it'd be much appreciated. Love you guys. Well, I guess we're getting ready for double overtime. Let's get it. Here we go for the tip. 5 more minutes. Tatum, Montrezl Harrell. Oh, stole the tip. All right, here we go. Double OT. Knotted at 127 all. Will the Clippers win the game on the road, or will Boston find a way with Tatum to win this game at home in Boston? Bad shot. Tatum with the board. Tatum having a great game. Lou Will having a great game. Montrezl Harrell having a great game. What a nice exhibition of NBA action going into the All-Star break. A nice little showcase. And the NBA on TNT, Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Double overtime. This has been a wild one. Hayward with the crossover, front rim. Oh, Nathan, don't even bring that up. Jesus. You know, Dame Dalla, he's pretty reserved. You know, he went off. You know what I mean? That cost us maybe a playoff spot. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting for that 8 seed. You know, that cost us a game. Big 3, Kemba Walker from deep. Yeah, but yeah, I watch every single Blazer game either live or on the DVR. That one hurt. That one hurt. Blatant no call. Foul. Yeah, but you know what I mean? The Blazers don't even really deserve to be in the playoffs this year. We've had so many injuries. Rodney Hood. We haven't had Nurkic the whole year. You know, now Dame is hurt with the groin. You know, it's just one of those things, you know. It's hard to be able to be a competitive team when your whole roster's banged up. But yeah, definitely having a game slip through our fingers and have the refs with the no call definitely hurt big time. Come on, Lou Will. Make your damn free throw. 130-127 Celtics. Kemba with the 3 in double overtime. This has been one of the best games of the year. And a great exhibition of NBA action as we're going into the All-Star break. The Celtics have led this game almost the whole way. The Clippers have scrapped. They've clawed to fight back to go to not only 1 overtime, but 2 overtimes. Let's see if they can get the dub. Or if Tatum and Kemba Walker and company can find a way. Another brick. Yeah, Lillard has been really hot before his groin injury. I mean, he had that streak of all those three-point shots and, you know, when he was averaging like 40, 50 a game for, you know, multiple games in a row. I don't know if I've ever seen a player get that hot, ever. Even Jordan, you know what I mean, shooting from deep and just being in the zone. I mean, Lillard was... I mean, if anyone ever thought that Lillard wasn't an all-star or one of the best players in the league, you got to be really kidding yourself. Like, Damian Lillard is amazing. You know what I mean? He's a Hall of Fame player already. Nice, Montrezl Harrell. Take that. Take him all the way to the baseline. The silent MVP, Montrezl Harrell. Love his game. All right. 130 in double OT. Rebound. Oh. Kawhi Leonard. From 3. God, why is Kawhi taking these shitty shots in the fourth quarter and in overtime and double overtime? Ooh, nice. Clippers getting a little sloppy out there. Ooh, nice block by Boston. Great defense by the Celtics. Okay. Pope Platinum. He comes in the build. It says Ben Simmons, Defensive Player of the Year. I see him. He just needs to get a jump shot. But I see what he's doing. Ooh, baby. Tatum. God, he's taking over. Wow. You definitely can make a case for Lillard being one of the best point guards in the league, and he has been for many, many years. It's just because Portland is a small market. You feel me? You see me? You see that right there? You see that? The Blazer symbol? Probably the best symbol in sports. You feel me? He just doesn't get enough respect, but he's starting to, you know? And he's the best rapper in the league. None of this, like, Shaquille O'Neal and some of these other guys that try to be in the rap game. Like, Dame Dollar could literally be in the rap game if he quit the NBA today. You know, he could make a career rapping and still make money. And you can't really say that with too many athletes in the NFL, MLB, or NBA. Multi-talented player. Multi-talented person. But the thing about Dame Dollar that makes him special, you know, here in Portland and for everyone in the community here, he's a great guy. You know, like off the court. He really does care about people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really see that in a lot of players that are selfless, that really care about the coaching staff, the teammates, the former players, you know, that he has over to his house for dinner. You know what I mean? Like, he really does, you know, care about the community and about the players more than the average NBA player, and I love that about him. The man that Damian Lillard is rather than the rapper Dame Dollar or the athlete that we see, you know, on TV. Big fan of Dame Dollar. Got his autograph. I got first edition shoes, Rose City Red, still in the box, never worn. Lots of Dame merchandise. And it's great to have someone like that represent our team here in the Northwest, the Portland Trail Blazers. Rip City. All right, Montrezl Harrell, I see you. Woo-hoo! Woo! Oh, baby! Whoa! With the throwdown. Are you kidding me? Oh, baby! That was insane. Fucking call the game after that dunk. That shit will be on SportsCenter. Ooh, with the 3 to answer back. Wow. This game has got everything. I'm losing my fucking mind here. 137, 132 Celtics. Ooh. No foul call there. Clippers are going to have to play some really tough D right here or this one's over. They need a stop. A stop and a score. Wow, what a fucking throwdown. Foul. Oh, offensive foul? Woo-hoo-hoo! Jason Tatum isn't having it. Wow, what a game. NBA on TNT. If you're not watching this game, shame on you. This has been one of the best games of the year that I've seen. No doubt. Double overtime. Lou Will playing great. Montrezl Harrell. Jason Tatum. Double overtime. I mean, if you want 3-point shots, fadeaway jumpers, throw down poster dunks, I mean, this game has got everything. You want hustle, you got it. You want good coaching, you got it. This game has got everything. But it looks like Boston's going to pull away with it. 5-point lead. About a minute left. Clippers are going to have to really dig deep if they want to be able to get this W or at least get it to triple overtime. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time. But if any team can come back from a scenario like this, woo! What a poster dunk. Montrezl Harrell. It's the Clippers. Unreal. $137, $132, double overtime. Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics live, play-by-play and reactions by your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch. Woo! Nice block. Link is below every video on our YouTube page. Wow. Gordon Hayward and company with the D. Way to stick with it, Gordon Hayward. All right, now the Let's Go Celtics chants are coming on. Starting to pull away. 30 seconds left. Hayward for 3, no good. Uh-oh, and they can't get the damn rebound. This one might be OVA, OVA, not OVO, like Drake would say, but OVA, OVA. What is it now? Man. 24.3 to go in double overtime. Boston up by 5. What a game. Shout out to Tony Grady, $20 donation in the live stream tonight. Aria Damavandi, $5 donation. Harbinger of Battle, $10 donation. That's some love right there. Appreciate all 3 of you that donated today. Love you, appreciate you very, very much. Your boy's grinding. All right, here we go. Celtics inbound the ball. Trying to pull away now. 137, 132. Nice pass. Shoot it! Now they're just fucking playing keep away. Yeah, the Clippers fought, but a little too little too late now. They're running out. They don't have enough time. But nice effort, though, by the Clippers. You know what I mean? They were down pretty much this whole game. Kawhi Leonard, didn't really give you some good looks in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell did everything they could to keep it close.
but a little too much Kemba Walker and a little bit too much Jason Tatum. Okay. All right. Let's see if they just dribble it out. Gordon Hayward with a steal. Wow. Now it's definitely over. Hayward with the first free throw. It was kind of funny that Hayward was playing such a, deny defense there, right in the inbounds. Game's over already at that point, and then he ended up playing the hard defense and getting rewarded with the steal. Tatum with the standing O. What a game. Marcus Smart going to the bench as well. $140 to $132. $141. Now let's dribble it out, I would assume, right? Yeah. Well, cheap foul with 2 seconds left. We got Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either here or patreon.com/NWSF. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate every single one of y'all that watched the game with me today, that left a comment, that donated. We talked NFL, NBA, wrestling. Appreciate all you guys. And that's the final score, 141-133, double overtime for the Celtics. Definitely an entertaining game. Nathan, it was fun. Appreciate all you guys. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. You guys will hear from me tomorrow or Saturday. And I got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. Peace.